The moment of creation is a form of magic, where an off becomes an on, a 0 becomes a 1, then another, and another, until, deep in the complexity, you discover order, speed, reliability, power. Experience the WD BLACK NVMe SSD. Fueled by darkness. Level up to NVMe SSD performance.
Alrighty then, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the WD BLACK Esports Club Pro League 4 Rainbow Six Siege, supported by Ubisoft and in association with the AFK Gaming. I'm your host, Blackjack. Joining me is my co-host, Babagusta, and our admin, Eisen, as we are here for the final day of Division 2 here in the third season of this beautiful Pro League on the beautiful day of Boxing Day as well. It is going to be the last day we see these teams, and these 8 teams specifically in Division 2. Some will stay, some will leave. Who will it be? Let's find out. With the first match being Nat taking on Mischief Gaming on ye old favorite map of Oregon. Midway through the band phase, we'll be joining our players right now on your screens. And the first 2 bans that have been taken care of already have been Thatcher and Nomad. No surprises right there. The Thatcher ban, of course, very standard, along with the Kaid ban in Oregon. It's been picking up as of recently, especially in Division 2, mostly Div 2. Div 1 has its occasional Kaid ban, but there you usually see Mira and Wamai banned more often. Nomad, pretty good ban, smart ban, all things considered, but it was Nat who decided to ban that attacker, which means they on the defense will be looking to be aggressive and go for runouts and whatnot. And right now, Mischief Gaming have the final ban of the map, and it is Mira. Gone and off the table. I can see the many memes being thrown in the in the all chat. We are, of course, done with Christmas. Had a pretty enjoyable day, all things considered. And we'll be moving into Boxing Day matches here in Division 2, starting with Nat and, of course, Meg, as we are all here to see the players that are here in the lobby for us today. Drish running the Simp, Tandon 69, Dizzy and Desi. And from the side of Meg, we've got Z Panda, Psycho, Roxanne, Vortex, and Round. Round 1 is going to be underway, speaking of which, and we'll be headed to Basement Laundry and Supply Room with the 6th pick from Vortex going out of the Goyo into the Visual. Now, I mentioned that I personally had a pretty good little day of Christmas spent with friends, of course, but I have to ask though, Baba, how did you spend your Christmas?
Well, I actually was sitting in my PC and streaming Rainbow Six Siege, Jack.
Yeah, I saw that. It was a fun little stream.
Did you watch it?
I did, yeah, I was there. Remember, I was in the chat.
Oh yeah, I remember. I mean, we actually did have fun though, to be honest. I went outside, bought a plum cake, and started eating it to celebrate Christmas, you know, because me, I did, you know, enjoy some of the Christmas with my parents too. So I actually had a good day today, to be honest, on the time of Christmas. And by the way, did you know fact, Jack? I used to do some carol singings way back when I used to be in primary school.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. I mean, that is nice, but if you wanna, I don't know if you want to sing or not. If you did, then now's your chance. But you know, the round's progressing.
I mean, yeah, I mean, the rounds are progressing. Let's just focus on the round for now, shall we, Jack? Because you know, it's been a long time since I did my carol singing way back. So Now let's just focus on the round
Oh
here.
dear.
DZ finding the leg of Z-Panda will be able to get his first frag towards the attic. That is DZ's first frag that will give Mystic Gaming in a very difficult spot here, making it a 5v4, make that a 4v4. Crossing it off with the Echo MP5 SD, taking out Drish, equalizing the man count yet again in towards the boiler room. DZ, now he has that information, uses the concussive nade to disorient that particular attackers, but he sees the head, he actually gets that double kill. An instant refrag will come in from DZ as he decides to push in towards the big tower stairs, going for that refrag. Still, the man count is equalized. The only problem, Nat is almost in towards the side. They are pushing towards the boiler though. DZ, he is confident. And talking about Nat though, didn't had much of a long days, and Psycho missing that opportunity with the SMG-11 would give the access of supply room towards the side of Team Nat. Now all they have to do is to go towards the plant, but Tandon, he is having a lot of problems there because of that smoke gas canisters being thrown. Doesn't see the angle in towards the meeting hall hatch, actually towards the attic, where Vortex get his first frag and instant refrag yet again comes out. This is a game of refrags coming in from both the teams here, as now it is a 2v2 situation. Psycho sees the gun, decides to go for the shot, actually goes to fall back towards the freezer. 2v2, it is the SAS brothers versus team Nat. Who's going to win it out? The C4 actually gets the kill, taking out DZ, interestingly enough, which leads to Daisy. With the 5 HP remaining, needs to find a way. Unfortunately, she will not. Mischief Gaming will be the one winning their first round of defense. As we take a look at it in the instant replay, we will proceed to round 2, where Mischief Gaming will be the one to win it out. And talking about that C4 though, oh boy. I mean, Zofia, talking about it, she was in that area of fire, and also she had a total of 5 HP remaining, so she had to go down, unfortunately. But yeah, talking about it, Mischief Gaming will be the one to get their first defense win into Worst Basement Church, and now they will go defend on second floor Kid Storms. Now, as as I do talk about the standings on the current Division 2, we see Naughty Indians in the first position, having the highest round conversion rate of 12, followed up with Mischief Gaming in second place, having 10 round conversion. And yeah, talking about Nat though, oh boy, they're not having a good day at all. Minus 13 round conversion rate, currently in the 7th position. If they do, however, win against Mischief Gaming, there is a higher chances where they might be in the 5th spot, trying to make sure that they won't be relegated relegated to Division 3. So yeah, talking about it, Nat still has a chance, and since this is the last day of Division 2, it will be very difficult for Team Nat to get back up in this particular situation. Talking about it, Season 4, ladies and gentlemen, is live. If you do want to head into this tournament, just head on to the Esports Club. Link is in the description and join the competition. Solos or squads, we've got it. You'll be able to go for the qualifiers phase, and in that you'll be able to join into Division 3 and get into the competition. But for now, let's just focus on the hand as we proceed to the action phase.
Alrighty. Interestingly enough, you mentioned the standings in the leaderboard right now for Div 2, and looking at it right now, all the way down to the 6th position. The top 6 teams in Div 2 right now can make a vie for that top spot. In fact, all the way down to Saw Faith, who are on 6th. As I said a second ago, oh dear me, I'm gonna have to pause for a second as Drish has taken the life of round. Big drop comes in from Mischief Gaming, and a little bit of unaware positioning from the smoke, although, Drish, he was playing a good position. Roxanne is gonna completely delete Dizzy off the map. That's a big drop, but more importantly, stylish, and that definitely hurt Dizzy's, more than anything, not just the operator going in, that's gonna hurt his pride a little bit to go down like that. Come back to the point at hand, even Saw Faith can make a very, very possible vie for that top 3 spot. They could make the promotion if they want to, and should things swing in a slightly, unexpected way, even Nat in 7th position could make a big turnaround just tonight. But then again, chances are low as Vortex is going to find Daisy in the meanwhile. That's another Nat attacker dropped, and that's the Ash taken care of. The Maverick's going to come around, try and find the refract to its tower, but Vortex, slippery customer that he is going to fall back quickly as the summer reaches of the ace will be used to try and get the shield taken care of. Chesney comes out. Will that find anybody? Yes. Roxanne gets down and gets taken down by Roni the Simp, and that's going to be a big drop as well. You have your Omai off the board, and now it is equalized 3 versus 3 on both sides. Time, however, is not on that side, and they will have to try and get in as soon as possible. Vortex outside, hello, trying to rotate back into Attic. As a couple of bodies have dropped, he's suddenly the last man standing. He's gonna come and seize the sledge, cannot take the kill. Roni's trying to peek around, but there's the Banshee stopping him from doing too much. They know that the Jaeger's inside of Attic, and they have him practically cornered here. Shots are fired, but Vortex hits the wall bang. Can he get the second one? No, he can't. Thrish will shut him down. And unfortunate for Vortex, but even if the round was pushed into a post-plant situation, the Maverick was there to take the refrag for the sledge, who went down fighting. And with that, you have the first couple of rounds already taken care of. 1-1 on the scoreboard. Both sides equalized, just, testing the waters, seeing what they can get away with. Second floor dorms having been taken care of from the side of the attack. Interestingly enough, Mischief will not go back to dorms. They are going to, in fact, meeting hall and kitchen on the first floor. Very interesting indeed. More interesting with the Frost pick from Z Panda. Frost has really started to come into the meta, or should I say come back into the competitive side of Rainbow Six. We've seen her a lot in Division 3 and 2, not so much in Div 1. In Div 1, she's restricted to very specific sites, but it's still nice to see things changing. You wouldn't have seen Frost at all up until Shadow Legacy, primarily because the meta did not support the size and slight obviousness of her traps. But now, with timing being the bigger focus of this transitionary period of Siege's meta, you want to make sure that you disrupt the attacker's timing as much as possible. And in a weird twist of events, Frost's traps, despite being bulky and kind of obvious, when placed in strategic positions, they will force them to make a decision that delays that push, any push really, from an attacker's side. And if they get caught in the trap, well, all the better for it. For now, of course, we're going to have to see if that actually comes to pass. We've got a couple of roamers from Mig, interestingly enough. Roxanne and the smoke round down below on first floor between not roamers, actually. I said roamers again. My brain defaulted to side being on second floor, seeing the sheer amount of utility and reinforcements being used in this area. However, oh boy, that is such a different sight to see, isn't it? Ash with a claim. Operation Neon Dawn, everybody. Anyway, coming back, Vortex knows that Dizzy's out there. Dizzy not exactly, hiding his position, but Dizzy's going to go down. That's the Frost at work, already finding a big one, and that's going to be your Maverick taken care of.
Well, with the attackers slowly pushing in towards the second floor kids' dorms, DZ still trying to contest against Vortex, but Frost on the other hand, getting that one kill towards Trophy Room will halt their push against that specific room. Now, Vortex is not looking at the windows, which would relieve Frost in a very difficult situation, though. Vortex thinking of going for a roam. Might be actually going for a flank here towards the meeting, mainly towards the freezer stairs, hoping to make sure that there won't be any angles. And talking about angles, though, round full angle being placed to make sure that if there is any particular player who decides to vault in towards the windows of Kid Storm, they will meet an unfortunate shotgun pellet to their face. But for now, the intel will give a good amount of information on where exactly the frost mat location is going to be. With the attackers claiming the control onto a second floor Kid Storm, they'll now proceed to make that vertical lines of sight. Now, talking about the time on the side of Team Nat, they don't have enough. And talking about enough, they have already lost one player, and that's going to be Thrish, the Maverick, who has been eliminated, not just for the breaching torches, but also with those frag grenades, who would have given a lot of opportunities to eliminate some of the players who are not holding near the deployable shield, or maybe, but still, losing a lot of time. They did use the vertical line of sight, and now it's their time to push towards the site, in which that they haven't got any kills just yet, even with the vertical lines of sight. And DZ might need to be careful using the Ash getting charged up, but an instant push will come in towards Vortex to claim the life of DZ. That's exactly what Vortex need, a weakness of Nat's attack. Looks like it is working out well in their favor. 15 seconds left. Yeah, the ace is already into towards security room. Finds one. That's going to be the smoke taken care of. But instant refrag will come in from Vortex. And just like that, it's going to be a cleanup coming in from Mischief Gaming, as they will be the one winning round 3 first floor meeting. As we take a look at it in the instant replay, we now proceed to round 4, where the site will be on Basement Laundry. What a good hold coming in from Mischief Gaming. All they had to do was to just eliminate the Maverick into a second floor trophy that left Nat confused. With it, they did they did take quite a lot of time, though, to be honest, around like a minute or so. And then the defenders decide, actually the Mischief Gaming, aka Vortex, decided, like, look, we did waste a lot of time. Even if we do try to go above and beyond, it wouldn't be a good idea. Let's just go back towards the site and then make our last stand. And then we actually did get to see Vortex falling back towards the stairs, waiting for the attackers to make a mistake. And that's exactly what he did. He heard the Ash using the breach charges, and then Vortex, all he had to do was just go for that push and get that kill. An incredible plays coming in from Mischief Gaming, and also from Nat, though. Although the early kill which did come in from Thresh was unfortunate, putting them in a very difficult 4v5 situation. This time, the side being on the basement supply room. Not quite sure why I said basement church, because that's exactly of the site in map clubhouse. Might have a chance to try to equalize the round, making it 2-2.
Well, for the time being, Mischief Gaming looking strong on Oregon as always. There's sort of a thing developing where you don't take MIG onto Oregon, because then you're gonna have a bit of a problem. This team has been pretty strong on this map, and they're showing it again today. But it is the early bit of the game. The first 3 rounds have just passed. We're only in round 4, and there's plenty of Rainbow Six Siege to get through before we can say complete certainty about this game at hand. Not in the meanwhile, that last round, they looked very, very weak indeed. They really just fell apart after Drish went down the Maverick early to the Frost, no less. And after that kill was confirmed, Nat seemed a little bit, all over the place. They seemed a little unsure of themselves, and they just took far too long just sitting here watching the game. I was thinking, all right, Nat's going to push now. It's a minute 20, minute 10, 50 seconds. But no, they literally weren't pushing even when Vortex was going out to get the kill. And that was, what, 40 seconds remaining in the round when Vortex went out to get the kill. So very slow moving from Nat. Not really good on the pacing of their round either. And maybe it's just because it's the early match, coming after Christmas. It could be a little bit of that Christmas lethargy still there, but they're really going to have to break through that quickly, because Mischief Gaming, they are not taking any prisoners. They may be in the second position, but they know exactly how much their spot is in danger should they lose and should other teams start winning their matches tonight. Even the offline ones, all of them count. As the Panda, he's going to be flash. He's going to be careful right now. So does Vortex. He will pop the Goyer shield to make sure nobody can peek him and reinforce off the rotation into Blue Elbow. Good stuff right there. They've wasted plenty of time, both Z Panda and Vortex. They've fallen back now, reinforcing off the areas that needed to be, and going back to side. Nat, minute 5 remaining. They need to be quick now.
Well, quick and precise for Team Nat, though, because they haven't opened up any walls just yet. They will go for the push, though, in which 2 of them, DZ and DZ, unfortunately goes down from none other than Raksan and Psycho. Raksan going for a very late bandit trick. Unfortunately, doesn't work out well, as a total of 3 players ultimately gone down. This just immediately went to Nat's favor here. All the Ace had to do is just make an entryway towards the basement supply room, in which the Goyo is still holding the angle. Z Panda needs to make sure that the push from Nat does not happen. To be honest, though, we Team Nat, they did all they could. They did waste a lot of time, but they could not expect the unexpected from Mischief Gaming. That would be Z Panda eliminating Roni the Simp as they had the perfect information. Drish with a good use of that angle, taking out round, which leads to Z Panda in a 1v2 situation. C4 comes in, whips out the pistol, uses the pistol to try to get the kill. He actually gets one. It all comes down to 1v1, but he's gonna win that! Z Panda, the man on a mission, 1v3. He had a pistol in hand and he gets all of those kills, ladies and gentlemen. MIG winning round 4 basement laundry. So we look at it in the instant replay. Let's proceed to round 5. 3, 2, 1 is the score line with an incredible 1v2 from C Panda. And Team Nat, no matter how notorious they were in attack, unfortunately they lost in a gunfight against C Panda.
You know, I've always sort of been a fan of puns using the word Nat, the team name. You know, Nat like this and whatnot. You know, they sound funny. I'll give it that. But that one, Baba, I'm sorry. I'm going to have to say that one was a bit much in that situation. But points for trying, and points for trying, and points to Nat themselves for trying in that round as well. But again, the simple fact is their push was stalling quite a bit, and when they started their attempt at pushing, they instantly dropped 2 bodies. As in, Mischief Gaming dropped 2 of the attackers so quickly. With it just happened out of the blue. Suddenly, 2 bodies gone, not at a disadvantage. And even if they took 3 more on a refrag retaliation, sort of, it wasn't to be. Z Panda was there to shut them down again. This time, the man didn't even need his main gun. Though I will have to say, Drish pushing up through the hallway, the Maverick right towards the end. Interesting decision from him to, I believe he also had his pistol out, and that certainly didn't help him in that situation. He will be regretting that as well, as Mission Gaming will walk away with another round going in their favor. They are just taking round after round, even though the basement laundry round it really just came down to Z Panda doing good work. Drish, in the meanwhile, trying to come up the white stairs corridor on first floor right now. You can hear the verticality being made. There we go. But he's also heard Vortex, I think. Shots are being fired in the Jaeger's general direction, but they haven't found his exact position. We'll see the window being opened. Give away a little bit of where he is inside of dining hall. And he'll have to fall back. He's being droned out as we speak. Can't exactly take out the drone from there. And there's Daisy from behind. Good teamwork from Nat to take down Vortex, a troublemaker for the side of Nat to deal with early, and they did. Psycho, in the meanwhile, gets downed. Was that a chef's mate? Something tells me it might have been, but that is just a down. Roni the Simp's going to throw a second nade towards the shield on main trophy hall. He's, I think that may have gotten ADS. Unfortunate for him. The second one will also go out. That shield needs to be taken care of, mind you, because any defender can come in and man that position. Z Panda, in the meanwhile, has replaced the deceased Vortex down below on the roam. I don't know if the Maverick knows this. No, he doesn't. Drish's drone was above, in fact, and there we go. He will pay the price for it. Z Panda takes the kill, retaliating, excuse me, against the side of Nat. We're at 1:20 remaining with the body count being equalized, and Psycho, being revived up to 20 HP is going to be that much harder. DZ's going to go down, and what did I say? The push is stalling.
Well, talking with the push from Nat, though, they need to keep up, or else Mischief Gaming will take things under control. Already 1 minute left. We did hear Goyo going for a runner towards the mains, which would compromise his location. Desi, on the other hand, tries to make amends, taking out round, but an instant refrag will come in from Psycho in towards Dom's main hall. Keep that in mind. Psycho only has 10 HP because she was revived, and in just 10 HP, she gets 2 kills with the MP5. Very effective and also crucial kills for Mischief Gaming to make sure that they'll be able to get the win. Raksan, on the other hand, giving info that the push is coming in towards second floor trophy, but Ronnie decides to eliminate one. An instant refrag will come in yet again from Raksan, taking out Ronnie the Simp, which leads to Tandon. He has smokes, he has the diffuser. All he has to do is to stick the diffuser to force them in a 1v2 post plant situation. Push will come into the Goyo. He knows what's exactly happening. Raksan hears the footsteps, goes for the shoot. Here comes the plant, fake plant from the A. Doesn't see one. An instant takedown will come in from the Vector as Panda will be the one taking out Tandon, and Mischief Gaming winning yet again their round on defense. Second floor Doms. And just like that, we will proceed to the final first half, round 6, where Mischief Gaming has this chance to go back to meeting hall, and let's see what's going to happen between Nat. And talking about Nat, this is you know we, like we did get to witness this for the past 4 rounds. They're just stalling the attack rounds. And talking about Mischief Gaming's defense, they have like a sort of 2 phases. One, the first phase, all they have to do is just be on the aggressive, try to stall the attackers as soon as possible, and it's actually working out. And then when they look at the time and they decide that, hey, we did waste a total of 2 minutes, let's just fall back to the site and then wait for the attackers to make their move, and then gets eliminated one by one. Yes, although most of the execution that we do get to see is either from gunfights, and talking about gunfights, Mischief Gaming is the one who are winning at it. Talking about Nat, I do have to appreciate Daisy, who was getting all those important frags, 2 to 3 important frags, eliminating, I would say, Round and Z Panda. Actually, Z Panda was still alive. There was 2 players who did get down, but the instant refrag lane that do come in from Mischief Gaming is so obsolete that Nat have absolutely zero headed to give an answer for them.
Well, I think the word you were looking for is absolute, Baba. Though I understand obsolete, absolute, they kind of sound the same if you sort of stretch the way the word is pronounced. But at the end of the day, the meaning is very much clear. Mischief Gaming, very good refrag game, and just like you said, they seem to have 2 phases, almost like a Dark Souls boss, if you will, where that second health bar always comes in to play when you least expect it. Although in this case, of course, it's less along the lines that Nat has been doing enough damage to force that second health bar into that second phase into play, and more along the lines of Mischief Gaming know naturally when to fall back and when to be aggressive. That second half of the round where they are, sort of falling back to site, stalling for time, knowing that they've already done more than enough to delay the attacker's push, is what really gets this team going. But we have the aggression, and Drish will fall again. And as it turns out, that was through his own little breach hole. The peek that he made into tower took his own life. Daisy on the other side, quite literally on the other side of this map. Shots are going to be fired. Dizzy in the meanwhile trying to find somebody on the top of White. Will he know the Jaeger will fall and the Frost Trap will not work as Dizzy takes him down along with Vortex? But does he see the other operator? I don't think he does, and Z Panda will still fall. Dizzy manages to get his bearings correct at the best time possible for him. That's going to put a lot of pressure on Mischief Gaming, mind you. Their early aggression has been countered fairly well, and Psycho has fallen back into sight, knowing that she can't do much else on a second floor. Control has been given away vertically to the side of Nat, who are now going to be going on their drones once again to try and get that final bit of intel that they need to make this push round out towards the tower stairs hallway, interestingly enough, outside of sight, and Roxanne going all the way towards Freezer Corridor. Running the same, trying to find somebody vertically, cannot, as the timer continues to tick. Dizzy, very close to sight, just outside of dining hall, can get into kitchen if he wants to, but again, it's gonna come down to that fight that he will need to take to get in there. Tandon 69, the hatch has been gassed off, so they can't actually drop through that just yet. They don't have the line of sight. Meanwhile, there's somebody coming up on White, and that's Ronnie the Sim gonna go down. Rexan tries to fall back and will be refragged. Nando did not expect Daisy to come in as quickly as he did, and that's going to leave Psycho and Ram, the last 2 standing. The smoke and the Wamai. Psycho hearing the Zofia breaking open the door of kitchen, trying to come in towards that area, but no, Daisy will go down in the meanwhile. That is Psycho taking a kill and a much needed one, but the Ace gets one right next to her. She's gonna peek through the smoke, instead gets one. The diffuser's been dropped, tries to fall back. It's all down to her. Rhino in hand, 5 seconds remaining. Where's the Zofia? Trying to find the Wamai. Can he do it? Dizzy No, he can't! Psycho will win, and that is the Wamai 1v2. Wasting time, quite literally playing Ring Around the Rosie right at the end to do whatever she could to give Mischief Gaming the round. And again, beautifully done. They knew that all they had to do was get a couple of kills and stall for time. Nat came so close. This is proud. That round was the closest that they have gotten so far, and they did it well. They got their refrags, kept the man advantage, but pushing it aside, they fell apart. One inside of security room went down to the Wamai, who unfortunately for Nat was practically allowed to play uncontested inside of kitchen. Even the ace pushing up got the other defender, but Psycho was still there, and she was more than willing to make some plays. 5-1 to Mischief Gaming, going into the attack on the other side of Road Swap. Nat once again finding themselves in a terrible position due to a plethora of mistakes that they have been making for some time now. And now we are on Ransom Road Swap, of course, and Nat are on the defense with a massive hill to climb.
Well, that massive hill to climb will be 1-5, where Nat only won their first round of attack, which was in second floor dorms. So this time, since Mischief Gaming will be the one on attack, you see Drish with the Vigil. Now, talking about Vigil, though, he is quite efficient when it comes to dodging those information towards the attackers and get those cheeky kills as best as possible. Will it happen, though? As we see, I mean, even if you do take a look at the attacker side on Mischief Gaming, you have a round playing as the Gridlock, the operator that you don't get to see quite a lot in the previous season, but they still bring it in since the Nomad is banned from none other than Nat. The only action for the attackers to fend away the flanks is either to use a Claymore or Gridlock's Track Stingers, which is very efficient because they'll be able to get that information. And talking about in the game of Siege, information is king, and all they have to do is just wait for the defenders to make their move. It's technically a chess where the attackers or the defenders might say the word checkmate. With it, the attackers will now proceed to push towards the second floor kids dorms, with Psycho being the support as always, playing as the ace. They just need that information to try to take out any Legion Goo mines, bandit charges. Talking about bandit charges, though, the defenders on the side of Team Knight have absolutely none. They don't have any denials just yet, only trap operators like the Legion Goo mines and the Smoke's gas canisters, which would fend away the attackers for now, but at what cost when the execution phase would come in. A lot of information for the attackers just yet. Drone outs will come in, which would give them the information, and so does removal of those gadgets with the help of IQ scanners. And Vortex slowly pushing in towards the side, but Tandem will actually try to completely disable one of the aggression as he eliminates the Panda.
Big drop comes in, but there's the refrag onto Tandem 69. That is Psycho to take the kill. She has been very good today. And it's been one of those stories, you know, watching Psycho progress as a player over the course of the two leagues has been great, but we'll have to stall and we can't exactly talk about that right now because there isn't enough time in this round to talk about that without sacrificing the action. So for the time being, we're gonna have Smokes coming out to burn the ADS, I believe, to make way for the grenades of the Maverick, as Ronnie Simp is gonna push in. Dizzy gets taken down in the meanwhile, sees Vortex, but Ronnie can't do much other than give away his position. Impacts coming in from below. That's Drish trying to do whatever he can. Shots are fired, but neither side is taking damage. Actually, it will be Daisy to take down Roxanne as the Vigil comes in, sees the ace, but what was that? Psycho will be able to turn around and get a kill, and Drish, oh my goodness, that was a potato and a half, as they say. However, Psycho will be down. However, excuse me, we'll find Ronnie the Simp. That's another fall, and now Daisy 1v3 caught inside of kids' dorms. Can he do what he does best, which is take the clutch? At this time, he drops the diffuser. That's the best play he could have done in this situation, and he cannot let himself be found. He's gonna find another one. It's a 1v1. The Gridlock's coming in, and he will get it. Round! How do you stop this, man? You don't! the clutch coming in, the 1v1 to topple the 1v3. Mischief Gaming will continue their run of domination. I can't really say domination in this situation because that would have been the complete opposite story had the Valkyrie been allowed to get away with that. There was nothing, absolutely nothing that Round could have done to get the plant off. He had to go for the kill, and oh boy did he run for it. Unfortunate for the side of Nat, but they have been pushed into a match point situation. Match point for Mischief Gaming, who are 6-1 up, and we're headed back to Kids' Dorms and Dorms Main Hall.
Well, second floor Kids Dom will be the side. Mischief Gaming clutch after clutches. We did get to see that in the first half as well. Z Panda with a 1v2 with the pistol. And now it was Gomai, Psycho, who was playing in when the site was on first floor meeting, getting a total of 4 kills. One, it was an early kill, and then they execute, eliminating 3 players right in towards the kitchen. What a fantastic match that we did get to see here. And talking about Mischief Gaming and on the standings too, there is a higher chances where Mischief Gaming can go to the top first spot, defeating Naughty Indians. And talking about the round conversion rate, they have around they have like a total of 12 round conversion rates for now. It just depends on the match we do get to see against Naughty Indians, in which I believe we do get to witness them in the next match. Actually we don't. We still have 2 matches: Monka versus Soft Faith and Vanquish Paradox versus Samurai Esports. Wonderful match they do get to see. But for now, talking about Nat, they're definitely not in a good mood at all. And talking about the numerous amount of clutch that they do get to witness from Mischief Gaming, I believe Nat, they're just having a bad day for them as well. And talking about now action, as we proceed to the action phase, we see Z Panda bringing in the Kebi calls. This would be very vital for Team Nat because they don't have the mute. Because the only counter for the Kebi is to either get taken out from the mute, because his jammers will totally disable any calls being happening from the Kebi. With that, Raksan will proceed using his breaching torches to make lines of sight in towards the attic. Just needs to be careful of opening the second hatch. Well, in fact, he's just going to use a nade to try to eliminate any of this particular denials which would come in on the side of Team Nat. And talking about denials, though, we haven't seen any denials coming in from them. Although, yes, they did ban the Kaid. You still have the Bandit, you still have the Mute with the MP5K, a very devastating gun at least. But with DC getting detected from none other than the Kebi's call, he is forced to relocate. And when I say relocate, he's going to fall back towards the meeting hatch. The callouts will come in, but DC, he's just slowly creeping in towards the big tower stairs. Getting those 2 important kills will be vital, but that track stingers will give away his position. Will he take the risk or will he fall back? Looks like he's just going to fall back towards the white stairs.
Good choice from Dizzy, knowing for the fact that the Gridlock's track stingers would be there towards tower stairs, meaning he would have to give away his position on that push, regardless of if Mischief Gaming had any idea that there was that flank being brought into play. Vortex trying to push up the main stairs, very apprehensive of somebody down below. That is Daisy. Goes for the C4. Will he find one? No. Does a ton of damage to Z Panda, but that's not a confirmed kill. Can Drish confirm it? No, he can't. Z Panda's playing hard to get right now as Vortex is chasing somebody, as Drish in the meanwhile gets one that's round taking care of. Beautiful shot on the Psycho as well. Nat are trying to fire back, and so far they've been successful. Z Panda, sees one, but Roxanne will be the one to take down Tandem. That's a good shot on two. Excuse me, right there. Onto the Legion as a grenade goes up. Will that find anything? No, lands in no man's land. Roxanne trying to push in. Goes have to be very careful as a down comes in and a kill. Ronnie the Sim finds one, gets refragged. Onto it's a 2v3. 15 seconds remain as Vortex is going to push up. He knows that there's somebody coming up the main Hall of Armory. Going to get that kill. Roxanne trying to bait the plan. He'll be able to. It's a triple confirmed. The ass swings wide. And Vortex takes down Drish. Beautifully done from the side of Mischief Gaming. Once again, coming back from a disadvantageous position. It was Vortex with a couple of much-needed kills alongside his teammate. And with that, Mischief Gaming will wrap up a very quick game one. 7-1, in fact, to them, as Oregon will be their playground. What a first game to start off. Psycho 12-5 alongside Vortex 9-2-6, 7-7 to Rexan and Zpanda, and Round going on 3, mostly playing the support. Beautifully done from the side of Mischief Gaming. Very well coordinated. Their intel game was fantastic, droning out ahead of themselves, making sure that they knew what utilities would be in their way, what wouldn't, saving on resources wherever they could, and on their defense, well, what can be said about their defense that hasn't been said already? Just like Baba said, the perfect encapsulation of that defensive play was the double phase defense of sorts, if you will, where they excuse me right there, where they basically were aggressive early on and then pulled back into sight as soon as they realized, all right, enough time has been wasted. Roughly around minute 20, minute 15, they started pulling back or had already pulled back in some situations and left control of that part of the map to the attackers. But of course, we'll see that and talk about that in Relive the Moment, going live on your screens right here, where we talk about the match that we just got to see and what a great match it was. Just like I was saying, just like Baba was saying, that double phased strategy from Mischief Gaming certainly paid a lot of dividend, even though these rounds, plenty of these rounds, came very close, ridiculously close at that. Unfortunately, it was not to be for the side of Nat. Even though they did take the second round, they looked pretty good attacking on to the main kids' dorms and dorms main hall. You had Vortex trying to go for the clutch, but he was not able to. And it was a shutdown. He did get a kill. Ronnie the Sim did fall, and that was a pretty impressive wallbang after a lengthy spray from both sides, but Drish was there to shut him down. After this is the round that I was talking about. This is where we really start to see Nat's issues. You can see we're well past the 30-second mark. There's only 25 seconds remaining. Their push still hasn't come through. They're just now starting to breach the soft walls, breach the hard walls, and get towards site. The clearance up until that point had been absolutely abysmal, for lack of a better term. And Mischief Gaming completely dominated them on that site entry because, again, pressured for time, pressured for points of entry. There was absolutely nothing that Nat could have done. This round, however, better paced overall, still a little slow for my liking, but then you had Zpanda comes out with a pistol, and I really have to ask Drish why he decided that going in with a pistol would be a good idea. He had his AR, and he had a good few seconds. Sure, it was under 10 seconds, but he had a few to try and go for that peak. Then again, of course, comms might not have been clear. There could have been a whole host of issues in that situation. And then, of course, we had Tandem69 attempting to go for his own 1v2, only to be denied by Zpanda. Once again, the Goyo bringing out and doing what he does best. Mischief Gaming, they've come back from plenty of sticky situations, if you will. This round that was saved by Psycho, also a very good round for her and for Mig in general. But Nat, again, did pretty well, all things considered. Their site entry, though, still needs a lot of work. They lose bodies in bad positions, and they can't seem to recover when time is at stake. As soon as the timer starts playing a big role, I mean, it always plays a big role in how you push the defensive side, of course, but when the timer started to really get up in their faces, Nat's attack started to lack severely. And even on their defense, just at the end of the round, you have these situations where you think Nat is going to be able to take it, but their end round, they really start losing bodies and they just cannot seem to recover. It was a 2v4 right towards the end, and they collapsed entirely as soon as the first couple of bodies dropped. The plant was faked, and yet the push came in. They did not play for time. They did not play to save resources. They just pushed in and got punished for it. Mischief Gaming, with that, taking a look at the standings on the leaderboard, they will most likely go up. They actually will go up to the top spot. And with a big addition to their round conversion rate, ladies and gentlemen, which is going to help them secure that top spot even, keep that top spot even more securely and give themselves a better chance. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, it's not even a chance anymore. It is almost 100% confirmed that Mischief Gaming will be the first one as tonight to confirm their promotion into Division 1. We've got another contender. Ladies and gentlemen, for top rising team. However, like I said, almost confirmed. It's not 100% just yet because we have Naughty Indians and ESM on 12 points each, Monka S and VPG and Sawfaith on 9 each as well. And any of them could win their matches tonight, especially the ones who have 2 matches tonight could win their matches, in consecution, and then that round conversion would really come into play. We'll see where that leads at the end of the night. We will have a more concrete standings set, and we will update you on that once we finish up the stream matches as well. Speaking of which, we do have a second one coming up right now, Monka S versus Saw Faith, which, oh, wait a minute. Apparently it is not. Oh, all right. Monkas versus Naughty Indians, not Saw Faith, as it turns out. As interesting. But yeah, Monkas versus Naughty Indians will be going live on your screens in just a quick second, as apparently the Saw Faith match has had to be pushed offline, ladies and gentlemen. Little unfortunate. I was looking forward to seeing Saw Faith tonight live again. But I guess, just something must have happened, and we'll have to talk to the admins in the back end to figure out what happened there. For the time being, Naughty Indians versus Monka S will be going live on your screens after a short break, which we'll be taking and coming back from for that beautiful match. Stay tuned.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the WD Black, the Esports Club Pro League for Rainbow Six Siege, supported by Ubisoft and association with AFK Gaming. We are back with the second match. Monka S going up against Naughty Indians in map. You guessed it, it is Oregon. And we are back with that specific map again, starting off with the ban phase. Monka S will be the one in attack. And yeah, talking about Naughty Indians, they will be the ones in defense. Currently, Naughty Indians are in second place, due to which Mischief Gaming did win against Team Nat, securing them in the first position, but it is not done just yet. If Naughty Indians do, however, win the match against Monka as having the highest round win conversions, they will be back in first position. So technically, the position from Naughty Indians is on the line. Will they be able to win against Monka S in a flawless 7-1, or will it be overtime? Let's find out as we head out to the match. And also in the ban phase, what an interesting ban phase that we do get to see here on the side of Team Monka S, as we see an Ash ban coming in from Monka S, and also Naughty Indians going for a strategic standard ban. Mike Baker, aka the Thatcher, unfortunately won't be available. Sad Thatcher noises, but let's see what the defense ban will be. It's also going to be the Mira. Sad Mira noises indeed on the side of defense too, but the last ban from Naughty Indians will determine which operator will be banned. Most of the time, it will be the Intel operators, of course, the Valkyrie or Maestro, maybe a Melusi ban, those Banshee deterrents, which would force the attackers to push in very slowly. Banning Melusi would give a higher chances, but no, it's just going to be the Valkyrie having much potent when it comes to going for roaming capabilities with her impact needs and also her C4s to get kills from below. Unfortunately, she won't be the one to be available, as she will be the one be getting banned. Although Nomad is still available. But also, let's introduce the rosters on the side of Team Monka S. We have ex Jora 18 Firefly, definitely a noob, Lusty Boy, and Cruzy. And on the side of Team Naughty Indians, we have Ariel, Desmond, Mike, Naughty Mando, and Vinci. As we proceed to the first round, is going to be on second floor, kids, Dom's main hall. And I've kept the mic from Blackjack waiting. Yeah, I kind of ruined that sentence for a bit there, Jack. How are you doing? And how do you think it's going to be? It's going to bode well for these teams.
It's certainly going to be a very interesting game, all things considered. Now, talking about the match and the standings that we have for ourselves, Monka is currently on fourth place, 9 points to them. They got demoted from Division 1 at the end of Season 2 because, again, they've been in a bit of a slump as of late, and it hasn't exactly been all too pleasing to see this great team just be a little all over the place behind what quite literally chasing their own shadow at this point, and hopefully they can bring themselves back. They have a chance tonight to get themselves into the top 3, get themselves promoted back into Division 1, and get back on track. On the other hand, Naughty Indians, right now, top spot, well, right now, second spot in the table, I should say, because Naughty Indians are on 12 points. Mischief Gaming, who were second position with 12 as well, did win their previous game 7-1 against Nat. Very good game for the side of Mischief. That has given them the top spot. Naughty Indians on second with 12 as well. They will be looking to get that top spot back, but against Monka S is going to be a tough fight. Should Monka S win this, then 4 teams will be on 12 points and above, and that's going to make things significantly more difficult for teams below under the 9-point mark. We've got grenades going out already. That's from the side of Jora. But unfortunately, he's not going to find anything. Cruzy is taking some damage in the meanwhile. Not sure which gunfight that was, but hello, verticality. That's going to go the way of Jora. He's going to find one. Desmond going down early, trying to go for some cheeky plays on that white stairs window. Droned out, and his life snuffed out as well. Minute 50 remaining. Monka is taking that first kill. Now, they need to find 4 more.
Attackers dropped the diffuser.
Four more as Desmond unfortunately gets eliminated by an unsuspected Jora. He still decides to go for that peak yet again. Unfortunately, with the Alda, will be able to down Jora, but he will be able to get back up to a total of 10 HP. He is still outside, but definitely Noob tries to get another kill too. This time eliminating Vinci, making it a 5v3 situation. This round might go into the favor of Monka S because they haven't eliminated any single person just yet. Not Indians are currently in a very tough spot here as the push will come in from the ace in towards the games room. He doesn't have the actually he has the diffuser in hand. He could go for a plant, but that nade though will deal some major damage towards Naughty Mando. That's exactly what they need, and that's exactly what's going to give Firefly eliminating Naughty Mando into a second floor. Kids, a Lusky Boy gets one as well, taking out Ariel. An unsuspected kill would come in towards Mike with the SMG-11, but it's going to be Jora, on the other hand, eliminating the last player. Monka S winning round 1 on second floor Kids dorms, as they will be the one getting the lead in the first round of attack. Round 2 will commence. Naughty Indians have the idea of whether picking to going back to basement church or first floor meeting, or go back to the towards the side of second floor Kids, and I believe that's exactly what they're going to do. Second floor Kids dorm will be the site, and let's see if Monka S continues their aggression. Talking about their match though against ASM on Clubhouse, we did get to see Monka S. Talking about Monka S though, I do have to apologize if my mic just increased out of nowhere. So yeah, as I was talking about it, Monka S, when they did go up against ESM, I believe that was on map Clubhouse, they did win 2 rounds of attack, and then suddenly out of nowhere it was just ESM adapting to what Monka S was doing, and then they were the one who was just winning the rounds against Monka S, putting them in a very bad spot. According to the standings, they are in 4th position, winning 3, losing 2. They have a total of 9 points. Winning against Naughty Indians will give them the chance to get to the top 3 position, giving them the higher chances to be in Division 1. So will we see Monka S go back to Div 1, or will it be Naughty Indians to be in that Division 1? It's Division 1 is on the line for both of them, ladies and gentlemen, and let's see who is going to get the spot. Talking about the side, though, it will be the same. This time we see Mike with the smoke. Actually, to be honest, we don't see any difference coming in, difference about their operator specs. Although Desmond needs to be careful with, not being picked off quite early, just like we did get to witness that vertical line of sight being denied from none other than Jora. So this time, Desmond will do the roaming capabilities as we proceed to the action phase.
Monka is taking that first round. Certainly a very good first round, man. They practically swept the rug out from Naughty Indians' feet. But just like you said, they've done this before to ESM, only for ESM to fire back really, really well. So Naughty Indians certainly could do something with this situation that they have been presented with. Once again, playing very, very vertical right now. We've got 2, 3 angles, possibly even 4 that they're using for the time being, and they're gonna have to be careful, mind you, because they can be taken out from those same angles. And meanwhile, you can see the breach has already been made, a little bit of vertical play on towards that the location of the electrical of the Kaid as the breaches will come out, and there we go. Vinci, he sees that, throws an impact, but does he know that somebody on white stairs? He does now. Will he still get the kill? No. The SMG-11 comes out. What is that gunfight? The Jaeger comes down from behind to take the kill, as definitely Noob drops Naughty Mando. And meanwhile, the Lucy got taken down. It's 4-3. The Ace comes in, will be peaked and taken down by Striker, Ariel that is, and the Kaid will equalize the man count for the time being. 3 versus 3, make that 3 versus 2. Definitely Noob wins that fight on top of white stairs. And unfortunate, but the Kaid will drop. Desmond coming in for the refrag will not find anybody. He's just gonna have to stay inside of sight. The last 2, Desmond and Mike, they've been in similar situations before. They've definitely brought it out for their team, but it is Monka S, a very different beast than the ones that they have fought so far. Div 2 has had some very tough teams. Monka S being one of the pinnacle of those tough teams to play against. 58 seconds for the attackers to get in. There's a couple inside of Attic. Firefly pushing into And the closet sees that the breach hasn't been opened, can't go in. Instead, will choose to throw in his Gemini replicator, get it taken down. As definitely Noob on the big window in the meanwhile tries to get in. Here we go. Kill confirmed by 1 and 2. Firefly will be the one to drop Desmond and Mike. And with that, the second round will also go the way of Monka as proned on the door, knowing that he had cover from his friend in the back, getting those 2 kills and bringing another round home for the side of the attack. Oregon has been hot on the contention today, and this match certainly is going to show off even more of that as we're going to go into the third round into basement laundry and a supply room. 2-0 up for Monka's favor.
Looks like Monka S winning those 2 attack rounds decides to bring in the Finka from Jora. Last time I see a Finka being brought in was actually Demon's Force on map Coastline. No boy, what was it a match that we do get to witness? Actually, it was the Finka Lion combo. And also, how can I forget about the Operation Chimera meta, where the side on Demon's Force, all they had to do was to just go very aggressive with Finka boost, Lion scanners, the Kebi calls. Oh boy. But since we won't be able to see that combo coming in from Monka S.
I just have to point out, Baba, you mentioned everything, right? The Kebi, the Jackal, the Finka, and the Lion. How could you forget Senpai's Blitz?
Oh yeah, I actually forgot about Senpai's Blitz. I'm sorry, Tsushima God. I'm sorry, I actually did forget about Blitz because Blitz is the main reason why the meta of that actually exists, the heavy aggressive push meta in which it works out. This time against Monka S, although Jora picking in the Finka, interestingly enough, she has she has those nays to get those impressive kills. Knowing that Desmond still have those ADSs, especially being placed towards the blue bunker, a total of 2 of them, which is being placed from them, they might have a chance to eliminate some of the particular players in towards the side. That's the reason why he brought in the Finka, and also the adrenaline surge, which would give a huge boost when it comes to a major HP boost, high decreases the ADS time, and also decreases the recoil, which would give a lot of ease for the attackers to get that control towards the gun. The only problem is they just need to time it at the right time to get those kills. And also, how can I not forget about the Finka having the ability to pick up any down operators. Talking about it though, the smoke, oh boy, that is not a good thing to see though. The smoke was supposed to cover the angle, but unfortunately it would give a one-way for the defender. It's going to be Mike taking out Jora, unfortunately. Taking out the Finka, won't be able to have a total of 2 frag grenades and also a 2 adrenaline surge. Firefly on the other hand will decide to go for another angle towards the basement laundry to try to get some of those angles to try to take out any defenders who decides to mainly focus in on the boiler angle. And this time it's actually going to be Firefly who decides to not go from the basement laundry, but instead go towards the freezer. The push will come in from Firefly. Unfortunately, it's going to be a Gemini replicator, which would give information for Team Monka S.
Grenade goes out, but that's going to be caught by the magnet. There's a second one that was thrown by Mando, but I believe that's been caught. But will that matter? Yes, it will. Actually, no, it won't. Mando will go out and do the job himself. Definitely Noob finds one in the meanwhile, and there will be the refract coming in, and another one. Desmond gets taken down while he took down definitely a Noob, and now Mando, he's going to get taken out by the Ace as well. 2v2, the man count has been equalized, and this could be anybody's game. Mike comes around to find Lusty Boy. Excuse me right there. Comes around to find Lusty Boy. Good job from him, as it's all down to Cruzy, the last man standing. He hears the reinforcements going off, can do nothing about it. He's about to peek wide, but no, he can't. Hears that, tries to run in to get taken out by Vinci. That will be Naughty Indians taking the third round. We'll see that in the instant replay, as the defenders will finally take a round after a couple rounds of good aggression by Monkas. This time playing fire with fire, they will be able to make their own plays happen. The biggest thing that happened in that round, which, started the trend of the downfall for the set of Monk S's. They lost the first body. More importantly, they lost Finca. Their basement push in that round seemed like it was going to be reliant on that surge of adrenaline that Finca provides. And Jora pushing in on Blue Bunker, not taking care of Elbow as he went in, was the mistake that he made. Getting taken out early and putting his team at a disadvantage, they could never quite get it back to an equalized man count or an advantage of their own, and that is why Monka S will finally lose a round. We're headed back to second floor, kids' dorms and dorms main hall on the fourth round. Naughty Indians have taken one more to go, and they will be equalized on their way to their own path to victory.
And talking about Monka S, though, they did win a total of 2 sites in second floor dorms because they had major information on where exactly their location was. Except on basement laundry, though, because what they could have done is that they know that there is a deployable shield being placed. They had those they had flashbangs, which Lucy had, and she was playing in towards the blue bunker. They did, however, opened up those deployable shield, but when they did go out for that frontal push to, assert, aggression towards the wall on basement laundry, they did not expect the SMG-11 being placed and getting those kills in towards the blue. Now, that wasn't the first thing that we did get to see from Mike. We did see Mike eliminating the Zofia, I believe, in towards the electrical room, giving them the advantage of winning that round on basement laundry. Although, since they are back in second floor kids' dorms, this will be very difficult since we did get to see the answer to Monka S's question. Winning those 2 attack rounds in second floor kids might give some problems, or maybe some adaptations might come in from Naughty Indians. Who knows? We do see the Alda trying to contest a particular player towards the classroom. Okay. Interesting. We,
Oh
this
boy.
was okay. That was unexpected.
Well, then, that. I believe we're gonna have to go for an admin rehost and restart the round, ladies and gentlemen, because that is that's a game bug that we cannot do anything about. That's gonna put the players at a disadvantage, and hence the rehost has to be taken. And since it was already well within the action phase, no pause timer could also be used, and we will have to restart round 4 once we get all the players back into the lobby. It will be a new round 4 as well, and with that, we will be going into the rehost right now. A little unfortunate right there, as we sort of had to call that in a bit of a hurry, all things considered. Again, it was a game-breaking issue, and we've been seeing a lot of those around these days. If you check, we're checking, Twitter and Reddit and other social medias and whatnot. Somehow the walls have become hungry again. Reminds me of Blood Orchid when they finished Operation Health. Went into Blood Orchid. That was a big issue on Old Canal back in the day. And turns out it's Oregon's turn to start gobbling up operators left and right. But for the time being, we will be taking a little bit of a break from the action, and we are here, me, myself, and Babagusta, and of course, can't forget our admin Eisen, as we will just have to, wait it out for a little bit, talk about the match that we just had. Interestingly enough, the last round from Naughty Indians, round 3, that is. I sort of mentioned they played fire with fire, played fire against fire, I should say. And it was a pretty good idea from them to be a little bit more aggressive than they were beforehand, because it gave them that early drop onto Jora. Mind you, Monka S is not a team that usually goes down with just one man being taken care of early. But as of recently, Monka S has been a little bit out of it. They've been a little bit out of form, and something that has been a thing with them recently, with being out of form, is the fact that they are more reliant on one particular sort of crutch to hold on to while they go into a round. Now, I'm not saying that's something for every single round that they play. Absolutely not. Quite the contrary. In fact, they are almost back to their usual self. However, they have had issues with certain areas, certain pushes, certain sites, just like we saw them in Basement Laundry's push as well. Again, it all came down to the fact that Jora went down early, and the way they were pushing through was sort of indicated that it was meant to be a brute force push into Blue Bunker, into Boiler Room, and then into site with somebody coming around from the Freezer White corridor. That obviously did not happen. And that is why we unfortunately saw them fall in a round instead of actually taking the third round as well. However, the first two rounds were very good from them. Again, taking that first frag, knowing when to strike, and getting in there and shutting down Naughty Indians. And mind you, the players from both sides, excuse me, rather, the players from both sides, Monkas and Naughty Indians, have played with and against each other because again these are players and teams that have been playing for a long time in this region, different teams, different names, it keeps changing all the time and will continue to do so up until they find a combination that is steady enough to hold and get into the top tier of Rainbow Six Siege in the region. With that being said, very quickly, we have almost all of the players back in the lobby. Just one player from Monka S remains. Naughty Indians have all of their players in, and we're just waiting on that final player to get in. Ooh. Well, that doesn't look right. So, as we were saying that, for whatever reason, our host has been disconnected.
Yikes.
Okay. That's all I can say to that. Okay.
I mean, yeah, talking about Naughty Indians though, I remember they used to be a former team in Never Diamonds. And talking about Never Diamonds though, I still remember the first meme that Foxy placed. Never Diamonds was this Vector Sports. Oh
Oh,
boy,
that's
Vector
that's
Sports.
a
That's
that's another old name, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you still do see definitely playing on the side of Monka S, and now Skipper, who used to play in L2K, currently he decides to retire, and the other two guys, it's I don't have the correct information on them just yet, but Vector Sports, man, I mean, what a team to be honest. And talking about it, there used to be this meme where Never Diamonds did had a chance, and they just immediately gave away the win to Vector Sports. I believe that map was on Oregon, I believe. This was actually way back, I believe this was on TEC League season 1 or 2, when Never Diamonds and Vector Sports both were in
I remember
the
that
second game.
match.
I mean, I
Yeah, I
believe I
remember.
remember you used to cast on the match, and I used to watch it
Hmm.
too. Man, what a match I did get to witness that.
Yeah,
What a lot of nostalgia too.
that was that one that you're talking about, the comeback from Vector
Yep.
Sports that
Hmm.
became the infamous comeback meme that we continue to reference even to this day. That was actually on Clubhouse because I remember at the time Oregon, or old Oregon,
Hmm.
was not in competitive Rainbow Six. But
Oh
no, it
yeah.
was already New Oregon, but it was not allowed in competitive Rainbow Six because it had that quarantine period of being a new map. A reworked map sort of counts as a new map, so needed to give the players time to accumulate themselves with the strategies of a new map. And Clubhouse was the time where that happened. And yeah, all things considered, it was certainly quite the match, quite the meme, as it were, as we continue to reference up until today here at the Esports Club Pro League for Rainbow Six Siege. And it's definitely spawned its own saying, sort of becoming the Never Diamonds, or being the Never Diamonds of this match. I mean, we don't say it often anymore because as it goes, a joke, a meme, it always dies at the end of the day. And if I had to rate it, I would probably rate it what, an 8, an 8 out of 9. Yeah, that would
I mean,
probably
I
be.
I mean, I thought you were gonna say diamond out of 10.
Well, as they say, we never reach diamond, so some could say we're the Never Diamonds now. That's just a joke, of course. All things considered, ladies and gentlemen, we would have been back with the game by now, but we are having
Ow.
some severe host end issues, and looks like we're gonna have to take a quick break as well, just to get ourselves, back into the lobby and back into the match as well. So we're gonna be going into a quick break, and we'll be coming back on the other side, hopefully with everybody in and the action resuming on the map of Oregon.
The moment of creation is a form of magic, where an off becomes an on, a 0 becomes a 1, then another, and another, until, deep in the complexity, you discover order, speed, reliability, power. Experience the WD BLACK NVMe SSD. Fueled by darkness. Level up to NVMe SSD performance. The moment of creation is a form of magic, where an off becomes an on, a 0 becomes a 1, then another, and another, until, deep in the complexity, you discover order, speed, reliability, power. Experience the WD BLACK NVMe SSD. Fueled by darkness. Level up to NVMe SSD performance. The moment of creation is a form of magic, where an off becomes an on, a 0 becomes a 1, then another, and another, until, deep in the complexity, you discover order, speed, reliability, power. Experience the WD BLACK NVMe SSD. Fueled by darkness. Level up to NVMe SSD performance. The moment of creation is a form of magic, where an off becomes an on, a 0 becomes a 1, then another, and another, until, deep in the complexity, you discover order, speed, reliability, power. Experience the WD BLACK NVMe SSD. Fueled darkness. Level up to NVMe SSD performance. The moment of creation is a form of magic, where an off becomes an on, a 0 becomes a 1, then another, and another, until, deep in the complexity, you discover order, speed, reliability, power. Experience the WD BLACK NVMe SSD. Fueled by darkness. Level up to NVMe SSD performance. The moment of creation is a form of magic, where an off becomes an on, a 0 becomes a 1, then another, and another, until, deep in the complexity, you discover order, speed, reliability, power. Experience the WD BLACK NVMe SSD.
Alrighty then, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the match between Monk S and Naughty Indians here at the WD BLACK Esports Club Pro League for Rainbow Six Siege. We are back after a set of unfortunate circumstances set us back in the rehost lobby, and the reason we had to take the rehost in the first place was because one of the players accidentally got caught inside of the map, instead of the building. You know, as we joked, the maps seem to have gotten hungry again, just like they did back in Operation Blood Orchid. That's a long callback. But coming back to the point at hand, Monkas are 2-1 up in the lead. Naughty Indians are on the defense. They have just taken round 3, and going to round 4, they will be headed to second floor kids' dorms in Dorms Main Hall, and we'll be going live with the match on your screens right now, in fact, as the pick face timer is about to end, and a great match shall resume once again, and is going to make for a fantastic game as well. We've talked to death about what these first 3 rounds have had in store for us, and all things considered, Naughty Indians in that 3rd round looked very strong indeed. And if they continue on that train of being slightly late to the party compared to Monkas starting off quickly and swiftly, they might just be the ones to walk away with this match, put themselves back into the top position, and make it that much harder for teams who have not had a good season to have a good finish as well. Again, a lot of these teams are vying for that top spot, and they will be trying their absolute hardest to get into the top 3 of the league. We will find out. The league, and when I say the league, excuse me, I just realized I said that. When I say the league, I mean Division 2 of this league, of course. Top 3 of the league is top 3 in Division 1, and that is something we'll be talking about in the next couple of days, because while Div 2 might be finishing its play days tonight, Div 1 still has day 5 and day 6 to go, and that will be tomorrow and day after, the 27th and 28th of December, set for some very high-level Rainbow Six Siege on your screens indeed. Right now, of course, we're here in the action phase. Round 4 is finally a go. Hopefully, nothing untoward happens again, as we will be going ahead with the breaches coming out from Lusty Boy.
With the attackers though, Monka S, they do however 1-2 attack rounds in towards second floor dorms. So since the site is in the same specific spot, we see Cruzy getting one, taking out Naughty Mando, and also Ariel eliminating Jora. Immediate, I would say, immediate turnarounds coming in from both the teams. But we see definitely a noob eliminating Naughty Mando, giving them the advantage they need. Cruzy a really good use that vertical line of sight towards the classroom will be able to give that man count advantage. 4v2, it all goes down to Vinci and Mike, who in fact both of them are nearby in towards the side, one towards the attic, in which the Alda decides to hold in towards the games room. The Alda claim to have a total of 80 bullets in one chamber. Just needs to find a total of 5 players. Not a good use of the smokes. That smoke gas canisters will deal some major damage. Mike, the man we did get to see a lot of plays in which he actually gets one beautiful shot with the SMG-11. Vinci does the same, taking out Lusty Boy. What just happened? But it's still a post-plant. The shotgun kills Lusty Boy, and so does Mike. Gets a triple kill with the gas canisters. What the hell just happened, ladies and gentlemen? Naughty Indians. My oh my, Mike and Vinci, the man MVP of this round, will be able to get their win in round 4. Second floor kids, as we look at it in the instant replay, man, for a moment there we thought this was Monka S's round. It was a 2v4. And when that smoke gas canisters came in, when that Mike used the SMG-11 to get that perfect kill towards the second floor trophy room, all he had to do was just get the shotgun to get those kills. And man, was that a sight to watch. 2-2 is the score line. Round is equalized as we proceed to the next round, round 5, where the site will be on first floor kitchen and dining hall.
I have absolutely no idea how Monka has managed to mess that up in that situation. 4v2 in the lead, getting into sight, and you know what makes that push even more interesting, or less so, if you will. Lusty Boy, the ace, when he went in, he saw where Mike was. I'm pretty sure he gave a call out to the rest of his team that, all right, Smoke is playing just outside of the White Stairs door, inside of the White Stairs door, excuse me. You need to go in, get him. I'm going to go for the plant. And he held up his end of the bargain. He went for the plant in a safe spot after taking a ton of damage. In the meanwhile, Vinci managed to find one, and somehow the SMG-11 came out and found another. Nobody pushed Mike. Nobody even tried to get Mike. And the man was just allowed to play around that White Stairs entry door and then push into dorms just through that rotate. Just through that rotate. Monka had plenty of time. Lusty Boy had plenty of time to get off the plant and cover for his teammate. He was still planting. And the down came in onto Cruzy, and then again, Lusty Boy managed to whiff his shots. Mike took advantage of that, got the kill, and got the round. 3 kills to Mike in that situation, none of which, okay, maybe the first one, but other than that, the other 2 really shouldn't have happened. Monka is completely falling apart on the push into sight, and just completely butchering the advantage they gave themselves earlier in the round. Good early round aggression, an absolutely terrible site entry from Monka, giving away Naughty Indians the equalizer here on round 5. But no, here will be some more aggression. Unfortunately, it is met by Jora completely shutting down Vinci as the Twitch comes in with a good early kill. This time the Alda will not be there for the late round. More importantly, the Evil Eyes will not be there as well. That's a big blow, in fact, to the side of Naughty Indians' defense. They're going to have to play around this fact, as the side of Monkas will see that and think, all right, we have a good clearance. Let's just make sure that none of the other defenders are getting any bright ideas, but Desmond will be, as he has pushed up to that kitchen door facing the hallway outside of Tower. Firefly preparing the grenade. Will he find anybody? No, the grenade goes too far, and Desmond is still safe. You have a newly opened vertical line of sight that's distracting Diana. There you go. Lusty Boy trying to go for the flank. In the meanwhile, there's the smoke going off on his area. He'll have to fall back. This is not a good idea from the side of Monka, as they're losing bodies and losing time. Desmond gets a double as he's gone around towards backstage, and there's Naughty Mando shutting down Lusty Boy, and it's suddenly a 2v4. Naughty Indians shutting down Monkas on all fronts. An attempted aggressive push from meeting into kitchen. But Jora is still here to fire back. He's going to find one. Desmond goes down as it's all down to Jora and Cruz, the Twitch and the Nomad, to try and reclaim Diffuser and reclaim the round. They tried to get it by, playing early and trying to catch Naughty Indians off guard, but they weren't able to. Now they have to play the late round game. Unfortunately for them, the amount of time that has gone by is too much, and Naughty Indians, have 30 whole seconds to defend against Monka S, who are very quickly running out of time. Mike holding that kitchen door, just knowing that that's all he has to do. It's a 3v2, and with Ariel still alive, you have those flashbangs going off, but that's not going to affect Mike. He hears the drop coming in, doesn't matter. Cruzy comes in to take one and get refagged by Mike as well. And there you have Mando from above playing vertical the entire round to shut down the final attacker as well. Jora falls inside of sight, and that is Naughty Indians taking the lead in this match. Round 6 will be in play. 3-2 is the score line. And with that, we are going to be going into the final round of this first half, with Naughty Indians for sure making a comeback, a mini comeback of sorts. They were 0-2 down, now they're 3-2 up, and Monkas really have to decide if they want to commit to that aggressive rush push or fall back and play it safe. Again, their side entry has not been good. They haven't played around with the resources of the defenders, and neither have they done much to deny the defenders' utility either. They tried both times to just get in there, being aggressive early, dropping a couple of bodies. But unfortunately, that dining round was arguably much worse than, well, not arguably, was much worse than their round on second floor. At least on second floor, they had the advantage. But then, some might argue that going from a 4-2 advantage to a loss in that same round, in all but the span of a few seconds, could arguably be worse than losing at a disadvantage from the very beginning. Ifs and buts aside, Monkas in these last 2 rounds have been very all over the place, very unorganized, and they need to tighten that up if they want to get back into Division 1. That is the only way they're going to do it, and if they are able to, then it'll be great. But the way they're going, it's reducing their own chances. They're being their greatest enemy right now, and this is their last chance to make the attack count before they go into the defense.
Well, talking about Naughty Indians, though, they do have however, have a solid lead, 3-2. The only problem is the round conversion. So, as we take a look at in the previous round, previous match that was Nat versus Mischief Gaming, they won 7-1, having a massive round conversion. If Naughty Indians also gets a huge massive round conversion, they will still be in the top position, or else it's going to be Mischief Gaming who will be in the top spot. Vinci sees one with the ult, doesn't get the perfect shot as the deployable shield gets destroyed, but they don't have good amount of information just yet, but they will find out just right about now. Mike will get detected, so I believe the defenders will now use their reinforcements to reinforce the supply room. The hologram will come in from Alibi, giving useful information. As we see, Lusty going very aggressively towards the electric room, gets 2 kills, eliminating Desmond and Naughty Mando as he's slowly pushing in towards the supply room. Now wants to aggression. The aggression from Lusty Boy is so unique that Mike was still there to shut him down. Lusty Boy goes down to Jora, eliminates Mike, and so does Ariel. Monka S with an angry response. The 1 to win round 6 on Basement Laundry. As we take a look at it in the instant replay, we now proceed to the second half, round 7, where Monka S will be the one on defense. So I do have to ask a question for you, Jack. Do we see QB or do we see Ishan playing in on the side of Monka S? Because we see 2 players, that would be Lusty Boy and Cruzy, playing today. I just have a little bit of questions here about what happened to QB and, Ishan.
Well, I'm sure they're probably just taking a break for the time being. I mean, competitive Rainbow Six can be tiring when you're continually doing it, continuously scrimming, continuously, playing for Not a whole lot, all things considered, but there are plenty of prizes to be had here at the Esports Club League. But, taking a break every now and again is also advisable because, it's just been that way for the last few months for this game. Even though it is slowly getting back on track, as some would say, right now we are still, a bit of that kind of a point in the game's history, if I'm allowed to say that. I believe everybody knows what I'm trying to hint at here. But for the time being, I'm pretty sure they're just resting, giving themselves some time to recuperate and re-energize before they come back into the thick of it. Monkas are playing around today with Lusty Boy and Cruzy. They are doing what they can in this situation, but again, there's only so much you can do when you're going up against Naughty Indians. Mind you, excuse me, Heather, that last round, that aggression that they tried was actually good. Finally, some good aggression from the side of Monka S, and it came out. And it happened primarily because they did what they needed to do, which was do some good droning, not get caught out, by defender utilities, waste a few of them at the very least, and get in. They did all of that within the span of 60 seconds, arguably, and they made it work. That is what helped them make that play happen. That's what they were trying to do for the last 2 rounds, but couldn't quite figure out how to get in there and how to set themselves inside a site. They kept getting caught off because not enough defender utility, not enough defender bodies were dropped, or it wasn't just there for them, if I'm allowed to, if I can say that, excuse me, rather. For the time being, we've got a Jackal scan coming out. That is going to be Mando finding the Jaeger Firefly. But the man, of course, is very deeply inside his sight, so there will be nothing that will take off his head just yet. We've got verticality being established by Desmond to take care of the bandit batteries on that main bedroom closet wall, just to allow for the main breach to come through. But he's got to be very careful because that same verticality is going to be watched. Definitely he's going to hear the summer breaches, get both of them, in fact. Very well done from the bandit, uncontested in his position, as another summer breach might come out. No, it's going to be the Maverick. All right. This is definitely seen, though. Yes, it will. That was unfortunate, as definitely the noob's position has been given away as well, but Vincent cannot find the kill or connect the head. But no, Jorah will find Ariel in the meanwhile. That's another drop, and Firefly finds another one. Desmond goes down. Suddenly it's a 5v2, make that a 4v2. Mando fires back as the ace is spotted towards that main closet entry. Breaches come down, and there we go, trying to get out of there. He will go down instead, and it's all down to Mando, low on HP, and he will drop to the Frost. 9mm C1 firing off. That will be Jorah to take that kill, using the deployable shield to his advantage and knowing where the attackers are coming from, shutting them down systematically. All Monkas had to do was play inside and play it safe, and they did. And unfortunately, it seems that Naughty Indians attempting aggression was not the play for them either. They're going to have to do it a little bit more methodically, a little bit more systematically, and they might just be able to pull through. For the time being, Monkas have reclaimed the lead, 4-3 to them, and we're headed to Basement Laundry and Supply Room in round 8.
The kill from Maverick, though, in towards the game room definitely made sure that he'll be able to get those kills, in which he did it in style, though, eliminating players one by one. And all Monkas had to do was to just wait for the attackers to push in towards the site to lay down their traps, and worked out well. This time the site will be on Basement Laundry, the site where Monkas had a little bit of problems, though, when they were on attack. The 2v4 that I did get to witness in round 4. Actually, that was on second floor kids. But for now, definitely a no will be bringing in the Maestro with the Evil Eye cams. One of them, I believe, will be placed towards the freezer to give good amount of info and denying some hard breaching capabilities towards the freezer wall. But the only problem is that Jorah, interestingly enough, he'll be the one playing as the Ella. The F412 shotgun in hand, interestingly enough, with the deployable shield. So maybe he'll be the one manning towards the blue bunker because he has the deployable shield. Lusty Boy has those Bombay magnet nades. Why not use it? Although they do not have the smoke, in which it would give a bit of a problems if Naughty Indians do decides to push in very aggressively. Having a trap operator would be a good idea. But also, you do have those Grismoth mines to disorient a particular attackers though. Mando yet again with the Jackal, the Anox scanner will be able to provide useful information of any particular operator. It depends on what kind of the color that the footprint scanner has. If it is green, it means 3. If it is yellow, it's 6. I believe if it's a total of 9 when you ping in the red footprints. So a Jackal most of the time he's been banned quite a lot because it's basically a free information, and having that operator still not being banned is a very important one, as I would like to talk about it. But for now, the attackers are slowly gaining momentum as they start gaining control towards on meeting. Tries to, their main focus is to open up the electrical rooms, as so does Jora. She'll be able to retract back the Grismoth mine, throws it farther away towards the blue bunker entrance. Though the drone nodes will come in, silence do come in from both the teams, though they're just waiting for the operator to make a mistake. And Mike, on the other hand, opening up the hatches towards the meeting. It just needs a little bit of time. Actually, the LR sees the head. Vinci tries to get the shot, misses it, but yikes! Vinci will be able to get the shot, eliminating Jora. Jora, on the other hand, was trying to get the shot as well, but unfortunately didn't get it. But also, Lusty Boy is going to go down towards the boiler room as Desmond slowly progresses in towards the boiler room. Doesn't win the gunfight against the Jaeger, who is still staying strong towards the boiler room, making it a 3v4 situation, having only 60 seconds left.
With 60 seconds remaining, we're seeing the elbow of Blue Bunker being reinforced off. Mike, in the meanwhile, coming down tower, is going to see the Jaeger, but no, he's going to get somebody else first. Firefly finds Mando. That's another shutdown that was much required. Naughty Indians once again on the back foot. Flashbangs coming in to try and deny Firefly in his position. Sees the drop. He's going to be able to get the head. No, he has to fall back, whiffing too many shots in that situation, giving away his position. You have the... Yep, there we go. The Alda pushing up, getting the kill. Definitely a noob with one more to 3v2, and Diffuser has been dropped. Naughty Indians, they need to get in the side. They need to get these kills if they are to stand a chance in this round. Vinci contesting Blue Bunker, can't get a kill, can't get in. He's trying to. The barbed wire is giving away his position, but the Jaeger won't peek. Not just yet. He does now. Gets the down on one. Can he get the second kill? The ace pushes into sight. Will it be the Alda? Yes, it will. Definitely gets a kill. And Monka S will win round 8. This is more in line with the Monka S that we know, ladies and gentlemen, because this is how they take rounds. This is how they do it, and they have been doing it for a while now. And for the time being, meeting hall and kitchen will be the site of choice for the side of the defense. Monka S, turns out it took them a few more rounds to wake up than it did for the side of Naughty Indians, but better late than ever, as they say. And Monka is certainly fashionably late, if you will, in this match. But now that they have gotten their stride in, they've gotten their rhythm and flow, they will be making those plays. 5-3 is the scoreline, and we are headed to round 9 with Monka S, one round away from match point.
Oh boy, Monka S looks like they are back on track. And look, and they only need 2 more rounds to win those rounds. A spectacular win in towards the basement hold, and also on the second floor dom site. A very required kill from Monka S as they desperately need this win to at least get back to where to get back to Division 1. And talking about Jora though, he did had that line of sight towards the ace and also Vinci, vice versa. Unfortunately, the AK was the one who actually won that gunfight, and also an impressive one-tap coming in from Vinci. Unfortunately, when the push did come in, they could not, however, contest the boiler room, in which Firefly, the man who was getting those important kills, 3 kills in towards the boiler room, making sure that Naughty Indians wouldn't have the access towards the site, and that he definitely did. With that, action phase will proceed. Desmond slowly pushing in towards the entrance of Big Tower. And Firefly in that specific position, he will now fall back. He's still in the entranceway though. There's only just going to be a matter of moment to see whether the defenders makes a mistake. Nomad, on the other hand, will be able to place her air jabs towards a specific position, one towards the big tower stairs and one at the meeting hall double door hallway. Actually, it's. I mean, it does connect with meeting hall as well as the kitchen hallway, but still, oh boy, the peak from the Jaeger giving good amount of information, but it was better to not go for that peak, or else you would have lost that gunfight. That is Firefly with the Jaeger, and definitely Jora getting those two important kills again, making it a 5v3. Jora with a huge spray of the Evo whips out the pistol to get the kill, but it's going to be the sister rivalry, the Zofia, getting that refrag back, taking out Jora, but at what cost? The damage is done. It's all. I mean, there's only Desmond and Vinci who is still alive in this round. Firefly is just patiently waiting for the attackers to make their move, as Vinci will go for those drone wars to give valuable intel. Firefly, oh boy, he's going to lose that gunfight, unfortunately, but will give a good amount of damage to Desmond, forcing him in a 10 HP, and he needs to find those three players. Definitely a noob still alive, and that MP5 is a devastating weapon to go up against, and so does the MP5K from Cruzy. He's been performing extremely well. Yes, he has a KD of 312, but the amount of support that he's been giving to his teammates, the mute jammers denying information, and also winning most of the gunfights thanks to Firefly, they still have a chance. They still, I mean, talking about time, though, they are wasting a lot of time here. 50 seconds left. Monka as still needs that dire win, and let's see what the attackers have in stores.
45 seconds and less remain. Naughty Indians slowly running out of time as Desmond very low on the health count right now, trying to be very safe about peeking. Even if second floor control has been given away to the side of the attack, he's not going to risk it. Neither should he. Vinci coming in for support. You have some random shots being thrown above, but they know that they don't need to break the soft hatch, because if anything, that's going to be a death sentence, but definitely Noob's going to find one. And there we go. The already weakened Desmond goes down quickly. No contest to the Melusi. The MP5 in hand, securing another round for the side of Monkas, but more importantly, ladies and gentlemen, it is a round 10 match point for the side of Monkas. They are playing the long game right now, because should they win this here and now, if they are able to end this match with this round, they will get a massive bonus to their overall round conversion rate, but more importantly, putting themselves on 12 points, getting a +6, I believe, to that round conversion rate, which would put them above ESM in terms of that round conversion. What that will do is put ESM down to 4th, and that will make ESM's game later on that much more important for that team to win in this situation. Monkas putting themselves on 3rd would certainly make things a lot harder and put a lot more, potential into the air of who gets promoted, who gets demoted, and who stays in Division 2. And that is what makes tonight all the more exciting, ladies and gentlemen, as again, like I mentioned in the previous game, once we're done with the stream matches, we will of course be announcing the
10 seconds remaining.
results of the offline matches as well. So stay tuned for that, because those results are also going to matter in who gets what position in between these 8 teams on the leaderboard right now. Div 2 has been very exciting in this league so far, but nothing quite like this season, because it is any man's game, just as we've seen a certain someone say on over on social media. I'm not gonna say who, of course, but if you know, you know. That's what I'm going to leave you guys.
Oh boy, Firefly is going to leave it off with this first early kill, taking out Vinci, unfortunately. The Maverick already going down, and Naughty Indians is feeling the pressure here. Firefly still wants to contest the Armory Locker's door. Also, Firefly taking out the information will give him info, but Naughty Mando, He just needs to be careful. He has those nades. The only problem, he does not have any information on whether he placed his ADS towards the armory lockers, in which the nade might get denied. Speaking of denied, Lusty Boy is going to get taken down towards the connector. We still see that flashbangs coming in. This will disorient not only just the Jaeger, but also the sledge. That is very unfortunate, but will give him the confirmation. The nade will come out. Will he get the kill? Yes, he does. Naughty Mando taking out Firefly will equalize the man count, making it a 4-4, and also a control towards on Armory. They have now the freedom to push in towards the trophy room and also open up the walls of the game room. Ace has already started his job to open up lines of sight, and Jora, oh boy, what an incredible angle towards the trophy room with the help of that deployable shield. Although the attackers do need to be careful of that angle though, because if the attackers do try to hold an angle towards the trophy, it's not going to work out well. But oh no, Naughty Mando, not like this. He's going to get taken out by the frost traps. And here comes that aggressive push from the Force, which was ill-advised. But he still gets the confirmation, taking out Mando. Ariel, on the other hand, will be able to take out one, but at what cost? The Vermai, who was holding into us the second floor cage, is going to go down as well from none other than Desmond. The man who had knowledge of a total of 4 ancestors, if you know what I mean, from the specific characters. But anyways, just heading on towards the match at hand, it's going to be Ariel eliminating Cruzy May, forcing it in a 1v3 and a ball bang to finish it off, eliminating definitely Noob, and it's Naughty Indians will be the one to win round 10, second floor kids dorms. As we look at it in the action replay, as we proceed to round 11, where Naughty Indians are not out of the game just yet. The only difference from Monka S is that if they do not, however, win this round, I mean, not only just that they would go for an overtime, but also the round conversion rate, in which Naughty Indians are slowly starting to gain up the lead, might give them a very difficult chance to stay in. I mean, they still have a chance to stay in Div 2, but they will lose their chance to be in Div 1. As we proceed to the next round of round 11, second floor kids dorms will be the side. 6 pick will come in from Definitely as he switches from the Bandit to the Kai.
Right now, what that lost round has done for the side of Monka S is, even if they win this round, this match that is, it probably will not give that much of a positive effect to their round conversion to put them above SM. Again, that round conversion rate depends on how many rounds you win or lose by, and the subsequent amount is added or subtracted. And even if Monkas win from here on out, there won't be enough rounds to be added to that conversion for them to topple ESM. That has dented their chances significantly of getting into Div 1, and ESM will need to lose their match by all things considered a fairly close margin to allow for Monkas to get in. Again, I'm saying that mostly because I'm saying this, but I have a little limited knowledge of the way that round conversion works over there. But this is what I've understood, watching that round conversion be calculated over several seasons. Right now, it's going to make things that much tougher for Monkas to get promoted. It has certainly been quite the run for them today, as they have brought themselves back from the unfortunate downslope that they had found themselves in earlier in the season, earlier in the league. But for the time being, Naughty Indians has put up a fantastic fight. And mind you, Naughty Indians are sitting pretty in second place in Division 2 right now. So they are getting that promotion. Even if they win this, they most likely would still have gotten that promotion should they have lost, because I don't think losing from here will again affect that round conversion by much. But like I said, I have very limited understanding of that, so I could be wrong. I'm just a caster here. I'm making some speculations to try and make things seem a little bit more dramatic. And like I said, results will be updated as and when the information comes in, ladies and gentlemen. So do stay tuned as an air jab goes off in the meanwhile, but that's not going to find anybody. Firefly slowly sneaking up towards tower stairs as the flashbangs are coming in. Well, my magnets are catching these utilities, and Monkas is gearing up for the attack to come in strong from the side of Naughty Indians.
Well, the push from Vince, he actually sees one holding in towards the white stairs, but Firefly, oh boy, he's actually going for a long flank here towards the basement laundry stairs. Now he will push in. He knows that there is 2 players in towards Trophy, but Jora needs to be careful here. Although he might be safe towards the second floor Trophy, but he needs to be careful from below, in which Desmond, he is on his way. But we do still, if Firefly does get the kill, eliminating Zofia, this might be a higher chance for that double shield to stay alive, and also that angle in which Jora takes it off. And talking about it, unfortunately, it gets taken down right from below, which would give Monka S in a very difficult spot. Not only that, they have information as well via the drone, and the attackers are figuring out a way to get inside and get those kills one by one. Any players is not down yet, and the execution is underway. The push will come in. It's going to be Lusty Boy. He's going to go down, but here comes that runner towards Firefly, eliminating the connector hatch. Jora still alive and kicking, taking out Desmond, which leads to a 3v2. Make that a 2v2 as Jora gets a double kill. Vinci goes for the instant takedown as Ariel goes for the plant. Of what's going to happen? They don't have any cross match left. Cruzy takes out Vinci. It all goes down to 1, but in the end, Vinci with the nade. He's going to take out Cruzy and Naughty Indians. They are still alive, winning round 11. Oh my goodness, what just happened? The nade from Maverick, in which he throwed up so early, even though the Maverick was downed, all Mute had to do was to just stay away from that area of effect. And oh boy, it's not looking well here. Monka has had the chance, and it's just gone like the wind as we proceed to the last round 12, I believe. The site will be on basement laundry. Oh boy, what a match we get to witness here, Jack.
That grenade quite literally defines martyrdom right there. If when it was plays the other shooter games out there in the market, but right now, as it goes, I mean, there was nothing else that would have worked in that situation. I mean, as they say, expect the unexpected, but then the least expected thing works out. That is the definition of that right there, because that grenade was the most uncooked thing out there in existence. That grenade was thrown so raw, I kid you not, you probably would have still seen the pin holding that grenade from exploding, right? And it went off at the best possible time for the side of Naughty Indians. They are now 1 round away from overtime. And if they actually hit overtime,
attackers are moving out to locate
nothing,
a bomb and defuse
and I mean nothing else has mattered more than that one uncooked grenade.
I mean, just like you said, Jack,
The attacker's bomb diffuser has
it's
been dropped.
timing is meta.
Attackers recovered the diffuser.
That was all timing, definitely all timing, completely planned, no luck, all skill, and all of that as they say. But I mean, at the end of the day, at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, there's only so much we can do to and so much we can do to say what really is happening. And that grenade, again, it really just caught me off guard. I mean, obviously we're on the game screen, not on our faces, but I believe everybody would have been rolling. I mean, our admin was rolling in the background, watching my reaction to that grenade, and I'm certain that sort of disrupted your flow as well. But in the meanwhile, Firefly, very interesting position, and he will go aggressive about that. Gets a kill, and that's a big drop as well. Desmond, very influential for Naughty Indians' attack, is off the board. The Zofia gone. That's your aggressor as well. As if I recall correctly, Desmond has been the one going forward and doing work for the side of this attacking team. With him taking care of, Firefly has arguably put the round much more in favor of the defense. But for the time being, there are still 4 other players, 4 other attackers that they have to be very much worried about. Lusty Boy, meanwhile, trying to contest blue bunker, isn't a fine one. Shots are being fired towards that blue bunker area. No damage done as Jora peeks through a bullet hole towards that main stairs as well. Not finding anybody. Minute 10 remaining as the flashbang is coming in. The push is about to come in, and Monkas once again are gearing up for that play.
Already Desmond being down yet again. Naughty Indians in a very difficult situation. Naughty Mando using the nade to try to eliminate the Banshee's deterrent. Unfortunately,
bomb has been
won't
located.
work out because there was that Bombai's magnets in which Firefly is still holding the bunker. And looks like Lusty Boy with that extreme aggression is going to take out Mike. Unfortunately, with the push that he did not expect towards the electric hatch as Ariel gets the kill taken out. Lusty Boy, which would force Firefly to go back towards the basement corridor, leaving two angles exposed for Monka as to deal with. The Nomad sees the head of the Jaeger, doesn't get it just yet, but Cruzy on the other hand with the TCSG gets one, and Firefly definitely need to move to end up the round, eliminating Vinci and Ariel, giving Monka S the win that they need, winning it out on round 12. Basement Laundry 7-5. Denying overtime and also an MVP to Firefly. What an impressive match that we get to witness, and also a great plays coming in from both the teams. We did had a lot of funs there, then and there, but also, man, what a match that we get to see here. Jora with a total of 11 kills. 11 kills to Jora, and oh boy, what a way to finish the match here, Jack.
Most certainly a very, very good way to finish off the game for the side of Monka S. Finally, there were no variable factors being brought into the mix, or as a certain someone would say, no independent variables being brought into the equation. That was most certainly what, huh?
I mean, that was most certainly mathematics. You said a lot about independent variables, so I thought that was
I'll explain the reference in more detail a little later, Baba. For the time being, we're going to be going into Relive the Moment to talk about the highlights of this match that we had just now, and what a match it was indeed. As we all started off with Monka being aggressive on the attack, catching Naughty Indians by surprise. For the first couple of rounds, it really just came down to Monka doing things better, but then Naughty Indians, they were warmed up and ready to take things back, and oh, they most certainly did, as they started fighting back in equal measure. It was a back and forth at the end of the day, looking back in hindsight, and both sides could have taken this game forward at any point in time. Unless, of course, you're Monka and you just so happen to have an uncooked grenade lying on the floor. I believe that's going to be a new meme spawning out of that situation. I most certainly will be looking forward to those. But yeah, I guess as they say, the timing meta, is one of those metas that can be countered in more ways than one. Just one little odd factor is all it takes. But this round really, Monka's performance in the fourth round was, oh boy, coming back from the rehost and then to this, I swear I was none of us were none too happy with Monka performing the way they did, completely losing that 4v2 and going forward into round 5. They weren't exactly doing much better. They gave away the lead to Naughty Indians and had to retake it again, down to that man Mike's efforts. He was just doing so much work, and you had Mando from above, you had Vinci playing the maestro whenever he was able to get shots off. It was just an amazing performance from Naughty Indians on the defense, but Monka started firing back soon enough, and once they did, they managed to make things go their way, and that is what was required from them in that situation, taking the aggressive fight to the side of the defense and then wait on the defense, playing to their strengths, which was primarily holding back, being a little aggressive in the early round and then holding back, waiting for the attackers to turn to you. Monkas primarily don't really go too aggressive unless they want to bring out some of their out-of-the-box strategies, calling back to QB's Tachanka plays on Oregon a couple seasons ago. Everybody remembers that one, and then this one, Vinci, he managed to get this kill onto the Ella, drones him out. Jora has no idea at this point, and this is what really, I was laughing at this one kind of. It's just like, he was pre-firing. Vinci was trying to get that shot, he missed, and Jora, kept peaking that. I'm not sure why, but Monkas did take this round at the end of the day. So, all's well that ends well, I guess. Jora won't exactly be too happy looking back at that one, though. So, there will be some discrepancies here and there. All things considered, good game for Monkas, good game for Naughty Indians, but now who's going to take that top 3 spot has been put up to even more of an open question. Mischief Gaming have confirmed their top spot at this point because they are the only ones at 15 points right now. That could change. Again, ESM still has a game. That could still change. But for the time being, Mischief Gaming, 15 points, just getting that much more confirmed to be in the top spot. Again, I don't want to say it with certainty. It could change. Most likely might. But given that there's only so few games remaining tonight, it might not as well. With all that being said, a fantastic game, a fantastic match, and, hopefully the next match is not on Oregon. I mean, we love Oregon just as much as the next guy, but, I really just don't want to see Oregon anymore. Thank you very much.
We're just back into this round where we did get to see an unexpected nade coming in from Vinci, though. Oh boy, Cruzy. Oh man, he just did not expect that nade to arrive at such a bad moment, to be honest. It was a 1v1, it was technically a claymore. Technically a time-bombed claymore, as I would like to call it. But hey, in the end, Monka S did win it out. Hooray, 7-5. Declining the overtime, giving them the win. But hey, we still have one more match to go. That's going to be Vanquished Paradox versus Samurai Esports. And for now, we just have to go for a break and come back. Until then, go grab some popcorn, stay hydrated. We'll be right back.
What happened?
All right, then, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the WD BLACK Esports Club Pro League for Rainbow Six Siege, supported by Ubisoft and in association with AFK Gaming. I'm your host, Blackjack. Joining me is my co-host, Babagusta, and our admin, Eisen, as we are here for the final stream game of Division 2 in Season 3 of the Pro League. That is right. This is the last game that will be on stream with these 8 teams in Division 2. 3 will be promoted, 3 will be demoted, and the rest get to stick around. Who will that be? Let's find out. ESM currently sitting in kind of, in between third and fourth, after that game with Monkas. Monkas did win, so they're now on 12 points. So it's a little bit of a jumble in that region. But ESM currently still contending for that top 3. VPG, however, on 9 points. Should they win this, the entire table gets thrown into a mess because that will make things much harder, and that will put things all on that round conversion and that head-to-head ratio thing that I'm still entirely not sure of. We're going to be joining our players here on the map of Villa, finally, and we're going to be going into this match in the middle of the ban phase. Thatcher and Jackal have already been taken care of in the bans from ESM and VPG, and ESM with the first defender ban of the night will take out Mira. Villa, Mira, a combination as strong as the endurance of time. And VPG have the final ban on this map tonight. The last defender to be banned in a stream match in Season 3 of Division 2. And that is going to be, as the timer ticks down, Wamai. Fairly standard in terms of bans on Villa, so nothing too surprising right there. And with that, we are done with the ban phase. Thatcher, Jackal, Mira, and Wamai taken care of, and round 1 is going to be underway. But before we do, let's have a look at both of the rosters that are here in the lobby for us today. From the side of East Samurai Esports, we've got Mojo, Cuskit, Pactoonkit, Shredder, and Michelangelo. And from the side of Vanquish Paradise Gaming, we've got Nostalgia, Nexus, Shrisha, who is your average R6 player, Exter, and a Perona Break. We're going to be going to second floor, Aviator and Game Room. Aviator and Game Room, excuse me, right there. And with that, round 1 is a go.
Oh boy, round 1 is a go. We are in map Villa, the home of Easter eggs, the home of impact tricks. Talking about Easter eggs though, oh boy. In the fountain spawn, you actually get to see the infamous place called Montergioni Villa. That's my favorite, place of all time. It actually brings back a lot of memories. And speaking of memories, I still remember the entire ancestor name, starting from beginning to end. And Jack, if you just give me your permission, is it okay if I just talk in every particular character?
For the time being, I believe we should save that for a later conversation. I do hate to burst your bubble like this, Baba, but we are kind of at the beginning of the last game of the division. So,
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Attackers must locate and defuse the
Well,
bomb.
anyways, let's just head on into action phase. The defenders making their rotations, making a vertical line to sight. Interesting enough, we do see a total of
Attackers have
3
dropped the bomb diffuser.
reinforcements being placed towards the second floor trophy wall. So that means there would be some heavy resistance from BPG. Talking about it, one of the players though have accidentally been disconnected, which would force them in an unfortunate 5v4 situation. And talking about it, Nostalgia will be the one who's going to be holding in towards the statuary room and trophy room with Shrisha as well. Shrisha going very aggressive because he did, however, open it up, but Nostalgia on the other hand finds one. Shrisha gets the other, taking out Shredder, which would force the attackers to be in a very uncomfortable spot. With Nostalgia and Shrisha winning their important gunfights,
Bomb has been
they will
located.
now forced to fall back, maybe in towards the side. Yeah, there you go. They will fall back towards the side, leaving second floor statuary and trophy room back to the attacker's hand. With the drones, they will have confirmation. Also, interesting enough, we do see some pings coming in. Ping 2. Maybe this might be from the defenders, though, giving them information whether if there is any drone works, I believe. But still, having that man count advantage from ESM is actually not from ESM, from BPG is very crucial, because you're not only just eliminating man count, but you're also taking out the IQ's ability to, not being able to check any utilities, and also total of two impacts and two concussive nades, in which the Sophia has. Nostalgia in a very risky angle sees one, but unfortunately loses that gunfight to Platoon Kid, in which the score, the man count will be equalized, making it 3-3. Smoke gas canisters being thrown towards the vault as we proceed to the 1 minute mark.
Very little time remaining for ESM, considering the bodies that they have alive. However, it is 3 versus 3, meaning that it can be salvaged yet. Vanquish Paradox relying on Nexus, Shrisha, and Corona Break, seeing as one of the players got disconnected earlier in the round. Unfortunate for the side of the defense, the ESM are yet to take advantage of that situation. They, in fact, were the ones who started losing bodies early. And here we go, Shrisha peeking, but the Scorpion not supporting that particular endeavor. Vulcan Shield gets popped. Mojo takes a bit of damage from the gas grenade coming his way. But that is all that's doing is delaying the push from the side of ESM. They're trying to rotate towards 90 in towards that entry of games room, but no, they've decided not to. Instead, pushing to get into Aviator. Smokes go off both types, in fact. And Shrisha, wait a minute! He's gonna go in straight into the face of the ace, but we'll lose that. Mojo knifes him instead. And now it's plant is going off. C4 goes in, but will not find anybody. It's being watched from the long angle. Smoke goes in with a shotgun, but he doesn't see Mojo behind him. And Nexus will go down as the ace gets off the plant and gets the kill. Mojo getting the final frag of that round. And oh boy, ESM have also lost a player. That's very interesting. Another disconnect, this time coming in from Samurai Esports' side, as we will be forced to, as we will be forced into pausing the timer. However, it appears that the players are back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm looking at it right now on my screen. But yeah, Shredder ended up on the wrong side, as did Extra, both of them who disconnected. But for the time being, we're seeing what we can do about this. Yep, there we go. They're gonna have to leave and rejoin again. Hopefully this time they get put into their original positions. I mean, even our admin is a little exasperated with this one because it's the pause timer. We can't exactly move operators, move players, between teams and whatnot. But we are being told by the players. Oh, wait a minute! Extra joined first again. He's been put in the blue team again.
That's that's actually not good at all. Maybe I think it's better to just wait for ESM players to join in first and then try to bring in Extra. Maybe that might work out, because
That could work.
that could work. That could work.
Oh,
Well, unfortunately, we're just going to go for an admin rehost, because we had a lot of problems then and there itself. And talking about Shredder, he's actually, back again in the orange team. Actually, it actually does not work here, Jack. Huh. Yeah, it actually doesn't work. I actually thought that maybe if ESM tries to join in first, the curse would be broken, but no, it actually does not. We actually did see Shredder trying to join back into the lobby, but unfortunately he joined in at the wrong team. So unfortunately we had to go for an admin rehost. But yeah, talking about Div 2. This is, however, the final match that we did get to see on stream. That is, offline match will be coming into consideration to make sure that we'll be able to get the final results of Div 2 to see whether who's going to be promoted, who's going to be relegated, and also who's going to be in the Division 2 standings. But for now, talking about the match though, and also talking about the ban phase, ESM banning the Jackal as well as Mira. Both of the GEO operators unfortunately won't be available to play on map Villa, and VPG banning the same one as well, Thatcher and Vermai, because Thatcher being one of the most operators which would give an ease of access for the attackers to eliminate any utilities being thrown out from the defenders, and also Wamai, which catches projectiles with the help of his frisbees. So with him taking, with them being eliminated, most of the time when you, even if there was a Vamai being played, you most probably see him playing with the deployable shield in towards the main stage. Now, since that has been taken out, you are either forced to at least play a specific operator who has a deployable shield. Keep that in mind that since this is Operation Neon Dawn, Vamai doesn't have a deployable shield, and neither does Valkyrie. So, which would force the defenders to play other operators, which would be Alibi, Warden, Ella, I guess. Yeah, there's actually some, more a total of more than 3 to 4 defending operators who still has that deployable shield. The only problem is that it is going to be off meta, or maybe it's just that the defense coordination might not bode well with the compliments. Exactly. When I say compliments, I would say the Jaeger Vomai combo, because he has a total of 3 ADSs, which would eliminate at least 3 projectiles, followed up with the Vamai having to eliminate at least 4 projectiles. That's a total of 7 projectiles being denied at one particular position. You just place it with the deployable shield, and that's going to be one of the most difficult spots for the attackers to take out. Yes, you will ban the Thatcher because he is quite necessary to, not being able to eliminate those instantly in just one single projectile. So yeah, talking about it, these bans are very efficient, which would give the defenders to play, the same ops. You still have the Maestro, you still have the Valkyrie, which would give much more information and also denial from the defenders. But this time we didn't see it in the side of defense. So hope since in the second floor AVG, VPG having a lot of problems already in a 4v5 situation, they did held it out well, especially just like we did get to see it in the early rounds itself, holding on second floor trophy and statuary room, the Legion taking out the IQ, and Shrisha taking out Shredder into was the second floor master bedroom. They then decided to make a decision saying that, look, we already got 2 kills, that's an early kill for us, it's a win-win, let's just go back into the site and wait for the attackers to make their move. Unfortunately, it did not bode well because the Legion, who was playing it in a very uncomfortable situation where he did not had any cover at all, he was in a very uncomfortable positioning where the sledge did get to see him via the drone, went for that pre-fire, got the entire control of 90s, and all they had to do was to just go for a very good plant in towards ABG, where Shrisha, in fact, still had the chance to eliminate the Ace going for that smoke. Unfortunately, it didn't work out. I do With that, we will be back with the rehost where all of the teams from ESM and VPG are back as we head on to round 2 of map Villa. Samurai Esports on attack. They will be the one to get the lead as we proceed to round 2, where the site will be on second floor AVG once more.
Aviator Games Room coming out from the side of the defense. Excuse me, their standard pick from the side of VPG. as they did lose this side to ESM's attack in the previous round. Interestingly enough, that round we had a couple of early drops coming in from ESM's side as they were taken to town in the early game, if you will, but they managed to hold steady, take out a one defender. They needed only to take out one defender after all, because VPG had a disconnect. Exter, the man, has had some issues,
Attackers need to
as it
locate
were,
and defuse as many bombs as they
but
can.
hopefully he won't have any more issues in this situation and in this match. I mean, overall, we've had we've had some problems and whatnot, and I do have to remind the players, not the players, the viewers in this situation, that that rehost that was taken is a excuse me there. That rehost was actually an admin rehost. It's not a team rehost, primarily because in that situation, well, we paused. We used the pause timer, thinking, all right, they can
10
just join
seconds
back
left.
in. It would be easy, and we can just resume no breaks whatsoever.
5 seconds to go.
However, Exter, who is a part of VPG in the defending team, came back
moving out,
first
locate a bomb
and
and
was put into the ESM side, the blue team, because the way this works is it prioritizes who joins first, puts them into the blue team, and then to the orange team. Right. So orange team has secondary priority from blue team. That's just how the game decides to put who where when you join a custom game lobby. And unfortunately, once it did that, it sort of seemed to be hard stuck in that role, because Shredder actually joined back before Exter in a second attempt, and he was unfortunately put in the wrong team as well. That's why we had to go for an admin rehost. So both teams still have their own rehosts remaining, and they can still use that. Hopefully we won't have to, but Shredder will get one. That's Extra off the board. Both of the players who disconnected, interestingly enough, going on a fight against each other, and Mojo in the meanwhile is going to find Shrisha. That is your bandit taken care of. The GSG9 brothers gone, and VPG in a pretty early disadvantage.
Attackers have located the bomb.
Early disadvantage from VPG, making it in a 5v3. Something is actually going wrong with the notification, and just as I was talking about it, Extra has unfortunately been disconnected. 5v4. Technically not a 5v4 situation here, because Vanquish Paradox, there's only 3 players left. But anyways, as we try to focus in towards the match, the attackers gaining control
Attackers have
on
recovered
Sanctuary
their
Room.
diffuser.
They will now proceed to get the control of the aviator room once more. We do see Michelangelo and Mojo, who decides to make yet another angle towards the balcony of study room, whereas Perono Break is still in that specific position. He needs to be careful because he doesn't have any information, knowing that there is 2 players who decides to push in. They will hear that rappel coming in, and that's going to be the ace opening up the barricade towards study room. Perono Break needs to be careful because there is a lot of angles being deployed here from the attackers, and the attackers have started to make their move pushing in towards ABG. They are going to go for the plant. The only problem is the smoke gas canisters, but in the end we do see Michelangelo getting his kill, taking out Nostalgia, making it a 5v2 situation. Make that 4v1 as the smoke goes down from none other than Mojo. It all goes down to Perono Break in the main stairs hallway, and he needs to find 4 angry players. With a total of 5 HP, the only thing he can do is absolutely nothing. eSamurai Esports winning round 2, second floor AVG. Oh boy, my already ESM getting a total of 2 attack wins. As we take a look at it in the instant replay, we now proceed to the next round, round 3, where ESM is strong in their game, and looks like we have to go for a pause one more time. This time it won't be any problems with some issues. It's just going to be a pause timer to make sure that the defenders on the side of VPG would come back to the game and then resume where we left off. This time on round 3 is going to be on first floor dining room and kitchen, the site where, especially on a map like Villa, there is a higher chances for the attackers to win. So does the defenders if they do try to go in aggressive. So hopefully we might be able to see some control of second floor trophy and statuary from the defenders. might be from the specific romos who would love to pick. You still, yeah, there you go. The Mozzie or a Vigil who decides to defend in second floor trophy, and also if you do want to hold into the first floor kitchen and dining, you have the castle with the armor panel, the smoke with the smoke gas canisters, and also Maestro with the Arda, which gives information plus denial, which would give them the higher chances of winning in first floor dining. And also, talking about the site in which VPG picked, they picked the second floor aviator and games room twice, and they have lost twice again. And talking about those two rounds, the only thing that I can say is that in the first round, VPG had the early man count advantage, and in the second round, it was Samurai Esports getting the early man count advantage. All they had to do was just reposition, get a proper angle when the attackers decides to push in towards an AVG, and it worked out well.
Well, all things considered, ESM's attack on that second run was definitely a lot better and a lot cleaner. The only body they actually lost was a trade with Nexus, the smoke inside of a vault. And other than that, they had absolutely no trouble getting into sight and getting the plant off. VPG, unfortunately, no longer what they used to be. Excuse me, out there. No longer what they used to be at one point, former Virtual 5, then they became VPG, had a massive roster change, and here they are, Div 2, pretty much hard stuck Div 2, if you will, for the last couple of seasons, for as long as we've seen them. But right now, Exter has rejoined the lobby, ladies and gentlemen. So it looks like we can, in fact, go back into the match. As soon as Exter actually gets to pick his operator, there we go. He's decided on the Valkyrie. Both sides have confirmed that they are ready, so we will be restarting the match, unpausing the pause timer, and going back into the match, this time on first floor dining room and a kitchen. And just as an aside, this pause timer sort of counts as VPG's Rios being taken, seeing as the disconnection from Extra happened in the previous round. It was called for in the next one. Again, it's a little wonky, as it were. We're working with what we have or don't have in this situation. And right now we'll be going back into the match with VPG's Rios being used up. We have talked to the teams about this, of course. They are okay with this rule set for the time being. And round 3 is now underway.
Well, we will proceed to round 3 after a huge number of recalls that we do have to take to. We have to apologize for that. Speaking of which, season 4 registration is live, ladies and gentlemen. If you do want to head in to join the competition, make sure to head to the Esports Club. Link is in the description, and join the tournament. Solos or squads, you name it. We will find you a suitable team if you are in a solo player. So if you do want to join in, maybe get a shot on Division 3, we'll actually see you through the qualifier space. But for now, let's just head on in towards action phase round 3, where yet again VPG is having some issues lately, which would yet again be in an unfortunate 5v4 situation here, as Porano Break is making some holes towards the second floor statuary room to be prepped and ready with those impact nades. Talking about impact nades, we still, the only hard breachers in ESM is none other than the Ace with those summer breachers. Totally, he only has 3 of them, and Mojo needs to be careful about it. He has to see those holes. No, he does not. Ace summer breachers will appear, in which the Legion will use his impact nades to deny them. That's one Ace summer breach charges being depleted. And talking about that angle, though, that is a really good angle there from Mute. But still, the nade will come in, and Nexus actually gets that beautiful kill with the SMG-12, taking out Shredder, and makes yet another angle towards the windows of one particular thing. But Paktoon Kid will eliminate Strisha, which would force the attackers to get their control on the Stormy room. But Perono Break decides to go aggressive. He takes one, knows that Ash is being in a very close position, goes for that pre-fire, doesn't get the shot, and neither gets the kill. Paktoon Kid with the double kill, making it a 3v2 situation as we proceed to the 1 minute and 30-second mark.
Stay sharp.
A very good kill from Paktoon Kid right there, much needed from the side of ESM. Excuse me, VPG once again man disadvantage. Excuse me, right there. And things aren't exactly looking too great for them either. As we can see, once again, Exter is no longer in the lobby. I have no idea what's going on with that man, but hopefully he manages to get it looked at maybe after this game, maybe tomorrow, because VPG sorely misses him being alive in these situations. He can certainly turn things around for them quite well when his connection seems to work. Again, nothing to sort of point and laugh, if you will, at anybody. We're not doing any of that here. We're just pointing out the fact that he's not here again. Plenty of verticality being established by the side of this sledge, but doing what he does as Nexus, I believe, no death canisters have gone off. One will now towards that laundry area because that wall is being opened by the ace as we speak, Mojo. However, speaking of Mojo, he's gone off towards the memorial window. Patunkit, plenty of lines of sight being opened and plenty of areas to take care of, but no, Nostalgia is going to take down Mojo in the meanwhile. That's a big drop with the diffuser having been dropped as well. The mute watching Memorial is also going to watch the laundry entry. Michelangelo falls and suddenly it's a 1v2. Patunkit, last man standing sledge inside of laundry, has to deal with two of his SAS brethren. Nostalgia does a bit of damage. Patunkit is otherwise distracted looking at him, but he doesn't have to do much else. And with that, VBG will take round 3 on the basis of time. Changing sites to go to first floor seems to have worked, as ESM will finally lose around 2-1 in their favor. VPG finally taking a round, and with that, we have VPG sitting 1 round away from the equalizer, and unfortunately, they've sort of used up their rehost as well, so they can't exactly call for the timer to be paused. Hopefully, Extra can come back soon-ish, maybe even, miraculously in the 6-pick phase. But for the time being, we're going to be heading into round 4, Trophy and Statutory Room.
Trophy and Statutory Room it is. Even with that man count disadvantage, VPG still managed to pull it off, winning that round on the attack of the first floor dining and kitchen. A very well use of those smoke gas canisters, the C4, the MP5 doing its work, and also the angles that I have to talk about here from the defenders. Right towards the windows of Astronomy Room was absolutely amazing there. Props to Vanquish Paradox to winning that round. But this time, the side being on second floor Trophy and Statutory Room, this time we do see some changes in the operators, especially Nostalgia with the Vigil. These
seconds to go.
the gadget, which would be able to hide the attacker's drones, not giving a good amount of information, would force ESM to hunt the rumors first. Now, talking about the attackers, yet again, it will be the same operator select. They only have one hard breacher. You have nomads to, use those air jabs to deny any runouts or flanks. You have, Sledge with the hard breaching capabilities and also, the soft breaching capabilities, and also the nades to give him the kill. And also, how can I not forget about the IQ and the Sophias, which would give information, and also denial of any deployable shields being placed from the defenders. And talking about the defenders, though, they don't have the Jaeger, which would deny any utilities, which would be easier for ESM to destroy those Goyo's Vulcan shields. And so does the Maestro's Evil Eye Cast, which is placed also very close in towards the trophy entrance. Not quite sure that is a good idea to place it, because one little impact nade is more than enough to destroy two of those utilities. And talking about, I believe that was a cooked nade being thrown there from Bakrunkit. Actually, it's not. It is the impact nades being used from the Zofia. If it was a nade, it would have been a shrapnel effect, which would make just a small line of sight rather than destroying the entire floorboard. So it definitely has to be the impact nades. Actually, it's not. I do have to apologize for that. On the other hand, Nexus with the C4 will be able to claim the kill, taking out Michelangelo, which would put VPG yet again in a 4v4 situation.
Well, you certainly caught me drinking water there, Baba, but for the time being, 4 versus 4, and VPG with that C4 finding Michelangelo, certainly a good position. There we go. She's going to find one more, but Perona Break gets taken down by Patunkit's grenade, making it a 3 versus 3. 3 versus 2 now. Moses found one with the spray, but he will get taken down as well. That is Shrisha taking the kill. Can he get refragged? No, he can't. Cascade will not be able to find that kill. He gets taken down. Paktunkit, that is, finding the Goyo and finding the Vigil. Hello. He just came in out of nowhere, deciding, all right, time for me to swing. Swings onto one, comes around onto the Vigil. Let's move on to round 5. Beautiful play, as we'll see in the instant replay from the side of ESM, going up 3-1 and putting themselves on an even bigger lead. VPG feeling the loss of that 5th for sure. Exter, not sure what's wrong, but I don't think he's coming back anytime soon. We do apologize if the stream looks a little choppy, ladies and gentlemen, because, there are some host end issues that we ourselves face, so we're not ones to laugh at anybody for that matter. Hopefully things even out in the meanwhile, as right now we'll be moving into round 5. Second trophy and statuary room will be the site of a choice in this
Attackers
5th
need
round.
to locate and defuse as many
Well,
bombs
round
as they can.
5 will proceed. Unfortunately, yet again for VPG, still having that opportunity. Shrisha making that a very vital pace towards on the trophy room. Unfortunately, didn't win that gunfight against the Sledge. And talking about the impact nades, which I talked about for a total of 1 minute duration, it was actually the Vigil who used this impact nade to make that line of sight towards on landing zone. I do have to apologize for that, dear viewers. I thought that it was the attackers who made that line of sight. Unfortunately, it was just the defenders who used their impact nades to make line of sight towards on landing zone. Anyways, as we proceed to round 5, 3-1 is the score line with ESM in the lead, winning a total of 3 attack rounds. As for defenders, they still have 2 more rounds to deal with. This round and in the next round on round 6. So with it, again, the same operator select. The only difference is actually, there isn't any difference. It is the same site. Interesting enough, we do see Nexus placing his electro claws right from below the statuary wall, which would be electrified and will be difficult for the attackers to open up this wall. Actually, it won't be that difficult though, because you have Michelangelo with the IQ. She'll be able to detect where exactly the Kaid placement is, which would force the attackers to go towards the laundry room entrance to take out that electroclaw. Meanwhile, we do see Cascade with the
Attackers have located a bomb.
Nomad to place her air jabs towards the second floor entrance. Actually, not in towards the master bedroom though, but talking about the first frag, it's going to be Shredder taking out Shrisha, making it a 5v3 situation. Nostalgia, on the other hand, though, is actually prepping for a C4 throw, I believe. Yep, that is a C4 throw. He has that information. The only problem is he just need to time it right to get those cheeky kills. Will it happen, or will a total of all teams of Vanquish Paradox perish? We're about to find out.
Most certainly find out we will. Frag grenade goes out and Nexus gets burned to death with the Vulcan shield of his own teammate Paktunkid. Going off with a beautiful grenade. Takes a bit of damage right there. Valkyrie is seen, but Piranha Break is going to find Shredder in the meanwhile. There we go. Kuskid and Michelangelo will drop as well. Suddenly it's a 2v2 down from a 2v5, and this could certainly be the round for the side of VPG. They could win this if they are able to. It will be a fantastic one indeed. A clutch play, and all they needed was the Valkyrie and the Maestro to fire off. Mojo and Paktunkit, the last two alive in this situation, trying to do what they can, but no, Paktunkit will go down as well. The Valkyrie swings and gets a kill, and it's all down to Mojo. The 1v2 for the man, the myth, the legend himself, as he can do only so much. He needs to find one, as that is an interesting place for a summer breach right there, but he's trying to use that as some sort of distraction, trying to force the defenders to peek him first. But is he going to find the Maestro first? Is he going to find the Valkyrie first? Is he going to find anybody? That smoke grenade seems to have fallen through the floor. Unfortunately, that second one goes off. Summer Breach goes off as well. And Piranha Break will see that shots are fired. Nostalgia giving away his position. Mojo still unsure as to who he should peek. Will peek one, but no. What? Wait, no. Did he get taken out? He got taken out by his own Summer Breach.
Oh my goodness.
He got taken out by his own Selma Breach. Ladies and gentlemen, that is a replay moment for this match. He went in, peeked the Maestro, downed him. Probably would have died to the Valkyrie, admittedly. He was very low on HP. But betrayal comes in. He gets taken down by his own Salma Breach. That's certainly an interesting way to end round 5 as VPG will take that, go 2-3, still in the deficit. They are still chasing the lead of ESM, but they're just 1 round away from equalizing. And if they do, going into attack will be a lot more comfortable for them. But again, it all depends on if they are able to win round 6.
Oh boy, the betrayal, man. Long live the king. Oh boy.
Yep. I thought I would make that reference, as it were. Ace, known as the king of heart reaching.
I mean,
that, and I know what you're saying. Don't get me wrong. I get the reference completely. But,
long live the king.
Attackers have located a bomb.
long live the king.
Although for
10 seconds to
queen of heart breaching, it would be the Hibana. So, yeah.
5 seconds left. before
I
insertion.
have absolutely zero thing to say because I was trying to say something, but it ended up
Attackers
being
are heading out to defuse a bomb.
awkward and silence. Anyways, action phase will proceed. ESM did not, however, win that round previously on second floor trophy room, and this time it will be on first floor dining. VPG making an excellent statement saying that no matter if we are 1 man down, we will still win those important rounds on defense. The same cannot be said on attack though, but this time ESM is thinking of going aggressive, and looks like aggressive is the way for ESM. Mojo gets 2 kills already, taking out Nostalgia. Next is Kuske, taking out Perona Break, but in the end it's going to be Shrisha all by himself. He needs to find an ace to win this round. He actually gets one, taking out the Nomad, but now it is a post-plan situation where he needs to get 4 kills in a total of 38 seconds. Will it happen, or will he get taken out? Well, we actually found our answer. Shredder with a final kill, taking out Shrisha, as ESM will win round 6 first floor dining. And with it, that would be the end of the first half as we proceed to the second half, round 7, where VPG will be the one on attack and ESM will be the one on defense. VPG, talking about them, I do have to appreciate them, getting those important wins for the past 2 rounds of first floor dining kitchen and second floor trophy in round 3 and 5. Unfortunately, ESM decides enough is enough. I'm gonna go aggressive. Whether you like it or not, gets 2 kills, gets the control on the side, goes for the post plant, and then win the round. And with it, the site will be on second floor ABG for ESM. 6 pick will come in for Perona Break as it switches from the Nomad to the Sledge. There you go. Sledge.
Interesting decision of a 6-pick right
Attackers need to
there
locate
from
and
the
defuse
side of
bombs.
VPG. Although understandable, you have Sophia, but your IQ, Shrisha, is not running breach charges, and neither is Nostalgia playing the ace. So you want somebody to bring in extra hard breach, not hard breach, soft breach for verticality should you need it, and of course for horizontal pressure, seeing as the site itself is second floor AVG. Perona Break going out into the Sledge will allow them to make extra, lines of entry and sight as and when required. And those 2 grenades are certainly going to be very useful as well. But for the side of, for the side of VPG, I believe ESM on the defense are more prone to go for long flanks in unexpected moments. So the Nomad could have been a better pick all in all. But it's all down to how you perceive the utility game between both sides right now, and it could really go either way, all things considered. ESM on the defense, however, will be looking to make some plays, but the Echo Drone is going to get taken out, interestingly enough. Echo in play from Kuskid, I just realized that. And that is an indicator of ESM sort of pulling things back to something a little bit more traditional. Malusi and Echo in play along with the Mozzie, but Patunki is going to find one. Perona Break goes down early, and that's a big drop. That is your Sledge taking care of the one we were just talking about, and now the IQ inside the bathroom is about to get, could have had a little bit of a sticky situation, but won't. She's going to be just safe and alive. Kuskid actually retrieves his drone, as horizontal pressure will come in from the side of VPG, but with only 3 men alive, it's going to be pretty difficult for them to get in. To get in and get the plays done. Samurai looking strong to take this lead right now. Shots are being fired from all over the place, but they are not connecting onto any heads. A concussive nade goes off from Nexus, not going to find anybody either. Shrisha pushing up towards Statutory, still not finding anyone. VPG very much taking their time in this
A
push
bomb has
because,
been
again,
located.
with only 3 operators alive, you want to take your time, and there we go. That's a kill confirmed. Malusi getting impatient, tried to peek Shrisha, but Shrisha was better in that gunfight, managed to finish off one. Platoon Kid going down, a good drop for VPG, but they need to get at least a few more before they make that final push into sight, because again, this is ESM. They will do whatever they can to not allow VPG to take this situation. Gas grenades are going off, 55 seconds remaining. VPG in trouble still.
Again with VPG decides to make a push towards on AVG. The impact trick, will it work? Yes, it will. Trying to take out at least one slit. But for the attackers, the only thing that they can do is just hold an angle towards on Vault, but not get an entryway. Although the second Ace Summer Beaches will be used to make another line of sight, but it will be denied once
Attackers have
more.
recovered their diffuser.
Oh boy, Vanquish Paradox is definitely not having a best day at all. Denying that vault push would force the attackers to go for a full-on frontal push on second floor AVG, but that vertical line of sight though will be denied from Nostalgia. Taking out the Echo Drone will be able to go for that plan, and Trish on the other hand, defending his teammates, getting his one kill, would be able to force the defenders to put in a post-plan situation. 2v3, actually a 1v3, where Mojo is in a very difficult spot. Will push in towards the wall, gets taken out from Nexus as VPG will not back out. Winning round 7 on second floor AVG. As we take a look at it in the instant replay, we now proceed to the next round, round 8, where the side for ESM might actually go for a change, or they might go for the same side yet again. There you go, same site for Team E Samurai Esports, and also the score line is 4-3. Keep that in mind. The round conversion is not looking too great here for ESM, because if they do however win it out in a 7-3, there is most likely a chance where Monka S might be able to be in the third position, giving them the higher chance to be promoted. The same thing can be said to ESM though. If they have that higher, round conversion, they'll be the one to snatch out that lead. Will it happen though? Let's find out. Six pick will come in from Cascade, switching from the Echo to the Ella, and the Ash will be brought in on the side of VPG.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
You know how yesterday I mentioned that I accidentally pulled up a different window instead of unmuting myself here on the stream? I did it again. I don't know why that keeps happening. I'm gonna need to change some keybind because that little shortcut window pops up a bit too often. It doesn't disturb anything from my end, audio quality or whatnot, but it is certainly going to need a little change. Excuse me. Unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, I
10
do
seconds to
have
go.
some bad news that we are going to have to share with all of our viewers at home. And I'm sure the reason for this is pretty aptly clear. Oh, well, all right then. Looks like I'm gonna have to hustle with this news, ladies and gentlemen, and that is we are gonna have to go offline from this game. The reason being, I mean, it's in front of you right now. I'm pretty sure we are very much stuttery in this situation, and we are going to have to end the stream here. That is a very anticlimactic way to finish off this final game. We do apologize deeply and sincerely from here at the Esports Club for not being able to bring you this final match of Division 2 in the season. However, it is what it is. Again, host end issues. There's nothing either myself or Baba can do about it, really. And it's all down to the fact that some things are just not in our control.